Well, welcome in everyone to a Tuesday-ish, probably afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, for the second chapter of Spectrum Squad, our Power Rangers-inspired Henshin Super Sentai TTRPG actual play limited series, continuing series. But enough from me. Let's kick it over to SJ to tell us what's about to happen.
So we are playing Henshin, which is a Power Rangers themed TTRPG. There is no dice rolling. It is a token system where players can take light turns where they earn a token, regular turns, which does not cost or gain them tokens, and heavy turns, which cost a token. And then once everybody is morphed, which they need a heavy token to do, they can then do team moves or summon their mechs if they're morphed, and if they're all summon mechs, they can create their ultimate form. Does anybody want to recap last session or last, I guess, series? I could do it.
Last chapter on Spectrum Squad.
Spectrum Squad.
The hero of our story, Magnus, the Gold Ranger, was called to Earth and met a bunch of incompetent teens and then helped them. And they grew a lot under his tutelage. The end.
Yes, I'm just got a little more detail to that. Basically, all of these teenagers found a stone that had a little color to it. At some point when they were all touching it, they got teleported, including Magnus. Get sure I don't this side. Excluding Magnus, we're all teleported and told by this guy, Talos, who's Altrathian, that, hey, you're part of the Spectrum Squad now. You've got this great power. You need to defend your planet. There's an invading alien race coming called the Consolites. Get ready. Also, there's this gold dude, and he might be bad because he keeps showing up at all these technology stealing events. So next time that they have to go, or next time there's a tech place hit, they get dispatched, they all get teleported. Jessie told her friend Theo all about having this power and everything beforehand, and then they left. They appeared morphed. They had a fight. They met Lelena, who is a purplish pinkish alien. She's a Danakan, a Veek Danakan, who believe in they're always born in sets of twins, and the Veek believe in always having a superior twin. So there's always one twin left standing, and the Valet always are in pairs of two, and their society is built for two. So she gives them a fight, runs away when all of them appear because she just wanted Magnus, and then is outnumbered. Magnus, instead of chasing her, decides to help the very inexperienced team, and they are able to come out victorious. They were supposed to get an arm for Aces, who is the one-armed AI Aceros, and they did not, but it's fine. So they all go back. They introduce Magnus, say, hey, he's not a bad guy. He's a primordial, guardian of the primordial light. He's here to help, kind of, sort of. So they form an alliance. He kind of becomes part of the Spectrum Squad. Later on, Theo is kidnapped because he went on a bunch of forums asking, like, hey, has anybody heard about these stones, powers, whatever? What's going on? Like, my friend completely disappeared from school. I haven't heard back from her. So he gets kidnapped and calls Jessie with Lelena, saying that he's demanding that they bring the stones to her in exchange for Theo. So they come out with this plan to make the exchange with fake stones. Smart, send Jessie in alone. Not the smartest. So team comes in, and Jessie's gone. Lelena's gone. Theo is still there. They defeat all the mechs. They manage to save Theo, but Jessie is nowhere to be found. And they return back. It turns out that she was knocked out, and now with Lelena, who asks her about, their family members and everything, because Jessie is acting like she wants to join her despite hanging up on her 3 times prior, which is why she didn't buy it. And there's a
Jesse's
lot
a
of stuff that
hot
happened.
mess.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened between that, like Jessie teleporting in front of Liv's little sister. There's all kinds of stuff that happened.
Mostly Jesse-centric
Yeah.
chaos.
But essentially, they make a deal. They cut a deal with Elena that, you know, she'll take their families hostage as collateral just to be safe, but they're going to help her with her sister, who had betrayed her and is looking to eliminate her. She wants to eliminate her sister, and then she'll give Jessie back along with her stone. So they put the fight on Mars. They fight. Her sister comes in and immediately fires up on them. They defeat the sister. Elena has a hard time actually killing her, so she hesitates until Magnus gives her a reason to keep her alive. And her and Jury, who they met, is a ballet Danakin, took the sister and are off somewhere. Then they get to go save the hostages, who were random family members, half of the Spectrum Squad family members, and then half not the Spectrum Squad family members because Jessie lied about some of them. So they were just random people who happen to have a kid at the same high school that they go to, and introduce themselves as a Spectrum Squad. After a lot of panic, save them. Aces now has 2 arms. There was a lot of stuff that happened with that. Him only having a 1 arm for a long time, they finally solved that issue. And then Greer attacks the school, and this is after Jessie is found to have broken her parole because she's gone everywhere with her ankle bracelet on, not from her home and school. So the police, she was at a police station for part of this fight till she was teleported out in front of a bunch of cops. And they fight. They don't fight Greer. They talk to him. They learn that this guy Greer wants to force the human race to advance, and so they don't join him. The cops show up. Spectrum Squad outies. Greer had blown up all his mechs because he wasn't looking for a fight at that moment, and they get an SOS call. Turns out it's these 2 kids, these 2 teenagers that look human but not quite. They're half consulate. So Jakey and Cass enter. There's some mistrust there, but they ultimately decide to take them with them to take down Greer. There's a super cool fight. They easily take down all the mechs within the facility that they go to because they had Jakey and Cass with them. Oh. And then do a super big mech fight against Greer's super big mech, and they win. And then they take Greer back, and he's in a cell now at the command center. Yay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that happened. You guys can go more in depth. I think we should probably do the introducing thing.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are and who your characters are. I'm SJ. I'm narrating. I don't stream. But I'll play all the NPCs, obviously. Go with Tough.
Hi, I'm 98 Tough Love, or Tough, or Torf, or Torfulton, or some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. Sometimes I stream games like this. I'm currently on hiatus until at least June because I'm moving, and then there's a lot of family events, and then I'm going on vacation, and it's just a lot. I am playing Liv, who is and has been very fed up with at least half of the team, more than half of the team. I think Liam is the only one that she is actually kind of okay with. Yeah, she's got a little sister named Tara, who definitely didn't see Jessie teleporting randomly into the living room. And yeah, she's the Red Ranger, super hothead, and attempting to be some semblance of a leader, but she's not too sure about that still. Go man.
You are muted. Thank you. I am Govan88 on Twitch and Twitter, and Govan on Instagram. I am playing Liam. I am a country boy at heart. Both my parents are both my moms. A little bit older. One of them's got dementia type symptoms. Kind of forgets what she's doing, kind of thing. But yeah, I try to mainly take care of them, do the farm, go to school, all that fun stuff. While also trying to be a part of this Habjab group of people to try to save the world. So yeah, over to you, Oak.
Hey everybody, I am Oak Tanner. I am a not too bright musclehead who mostly tries to solve problems the direct and straightforward and forceful way, and that usually gets Oak into a lot of trouble. And my real name is Chev, and Oak is the character I'm playing. So over to Jesse.
Hi. Excuse me. I'm Iker Kelly. I'm playing Jesse. Jesse is a bit of a odd one. They've been moving around and finally got back to their family, with their single dad, who is a geologist. I don't know. Worked with rocks. Jesse doesn't know either. Jesse says she got her stone from her father and has since been towing the line with the law. And I'll leave it at that. And up to 0.
Sort of. I mean, you're on probation or something, but was it for arson? I think it was for arson.
That sounds familiar.
Or something.
I feel like that's
Probably
what
a
was
few
said.
things.
Yeah, it's probably a culmination of a variety of things. Anyway, yeah, I'm Zero or Zero Daylight. You can check me on Twitter at that Zero the Zero Daylight. You can catch me here a couple times a week, usually when I'm not sick as a dog, writing and sometimes playing games like this when I can trick people into running them for me. Thanks, SJ. And I am playing Magnus, who is, well, he's a guardian of the primordial light. He is a manifestation of the universe. He thinks he's not quite sure who he is, and he has an unshakable but somewhat paradoxical faith in destiny. But the longer he spends time around these beings, the more he starts to question. So we'll see what comes of that. Other than that, he's just better than everybody.
Yep. So basically, we left off. You guys have defeated Greer. The school is a little broken, so it's undergoing repairs. So you had about a week off school, which was super useful because you guys used it to build a base, a nice, cool little secret base, which Jakey and Cass were able to help with. You guys probably had a nice little off-stream shopping episode where you guys took Jakey and Cass, got them some supplies, some new cool clothes, probably ran them through the latest pop culture stuff that they've missed. You still never heard Cass talk. Did anybody ask about it, or you guys just haven't addressed it at all?
I thought she did say something to her brother, or maybe I just made that up.
I don't think she's talked at all.
Not a word.
Liv has probably asked about it.
How have you asked about it? Were you rude about it?
You probably. It's probably just really blunt. Why doesn't she talk? Liv is most sus of Cass because Cass doesn't talk. That makes her nervous.
Basically, Jakey tells you she had a training accident. She went through a surgery, and ever since then, she just hasn't been able to talk.
Likely story.
So she's not deaf. She's just
liar.
But so her and Jakey are kind of trying to learn American Sign Language, which is a little hard, but because her also being mute is a recent development. She wasn't born mute. Does anything else? Did you guys do anything else during that week off that you can think of? Jesse, you were visited by the government. None of you guys know what happened, what the conversation was, what she told them or didn't tell them. if she lied to them, told them the truth. You just know that she got teleported back to the police station and she has a new ankle bracelet, and yeah.
Bessie adamantly states she has not been probed.
Wow.
Oh God, yeah, no, Jesse just wanted to get probed.
Much to her disappointment.
Yeah.
That's basically why she keeps saying it.
Anything
Yeah.
else?
Liv has actually been having to be a good child because her parents are home, so she's been a little bit caught up actually going to school and taking care of her sister, and also.
Well, luckily, you haven't had school the past week.
Oh yeah, that's right. Catching up on all the school that she missed because
Which means you guys also didn't have detention because they didn't want you guys in the construction zone.
Yes. Okay, let's just hope that they forgot.
I'd come back
that.
later, but yeah.
Look, if Liv has to tell her parents about this, she's going to be in deep trouble. This is like the 17th time that's happened this year.
Yeah, you just tell them you volunteered to help out because you're a good kid.
Yeah. They don't believe that.
Aces, because Oak brought it up, I think, was the one who brought it up, created things for your family members if you choose to give it to them, where if they click it, it'll send an SOS signal to your gauntlet. So, like, if something were to happen to your little sister, it goes to your gauntlet, Liv. If something happens to your parents, Liam, it'll go to your gauntlet. You could have asked it to be a certain thing or not a certain thing. So either they press a button or it just monitors their kind of life signs. But
Yeah, I prefer it to be the life signs because with my mom having dementia, she might just press the button just to press the button.
exactly. So, and it could be what you could have made it like a necklace or a bracelet or something that's hard for them to like take on and off, or, up to you. He also upgraded your gauntlets to where you can take out a little earpiece and put it in so you can have real-time translation of alien languages. That way you don't have to be fully morphed, just in case there's a situation where you don't want to be fully morphed. Whatever. Is Magnus staying in the base?
I think so. I mean, he doesn't know anybody but these people. So he doesn't really have a spot. So I think he's probably living on his ship, which is at the base.
Is anybody else staying at the base? This is the night before your first day back at school.
I think
Fine if it's just Magnus.
Should we have a team
Oak
meeting?
would be hanging
Yeah.
out there. Like what like so when kind of like, curtains up, like what time is it? Like, is it late at night or just kind of like evening-ish?
Evening.
Okay. In that case, Oak is probably there hanging out, like trying to put off going home as late as possible. So I guess one thing I was curious about and wanted to talk about, like with everybody, with all the other people, is what does our base look like? Like, what are we decorating it? Like, how are we outfitting this out? Because I was thinking, like, I was thinking of like Oak might be in some kind of like competitive like foosball or like ping pong or something with like he taught Magnus how to play ping pong or something and is trying to trying to not get creamed at it.
Could we have like shown Magnus like an episode of The Real World, and so it just suddenly looks like one of those MTV houses?
I am
That's been
now.
around since before. So Jakey and Cass know what the real world is.
Yes. Magnus is now committed to the complete destruction of the human race as a result. No, we can play ping pong. Let's play ping pong at 2Gs. So
Okay.
there are a variety of spots throughout the base that have gravity plating.
You guys also probably used a lot of Greer's technology from raiding his stuff.
For sure.
Extra materials that made things easier.
Yeah. It's intended to actually reduce gravity to make it easier to move heavy objects, but it can also crank it up. So we can play high G ping pong.
Let's so probably it's like we would open like ha ha, like it's like a fierce back and forth. Well, like Oak is just completely like sweat pouring off of him as he's like struggling to get around, like, and like get in place for the next return. And it's like he's panting like he just ran like a half marathon. And the score is like 1-0.
Just a whole lot of mess for nothing. Yes. Approve.
Yeah, and then you just have Cass just
Yeah, I'm still not entirely certain about the purpose of this game.
watching.
Well,
Seems like
it's mostly just so that you can like kill time while you're waiting for something else to do. Oh.
All right. Seems tremendously inefficient.
I mean, look, I'm working up like all this sweat. Like, actually, hang on a second. Get some water.
Spike it.
I mean, it doesn't really have a point.
It'd be
Like,
super
2 to
funny if
1.
the water was accidentally super heavy and we're just like, ah.
I give myself a black eye trying, like, because I miss, and it's like, ah. I mean, it's like, it doesn't really have a point. I mean, you just
Fun.
you do it because, like, I mean, there's
Fun.
plenty of stuff like you've got to do stuff that, like, you know, it doesn't really have a point, right?
No.
Like nothing. Everything has a purpose. There's nothing you do just because.
No.
Maybe that just means we haven't found the right thing for you yet. Now, he's looking around. I want to say Oak probably helped carry most of the stuff into this base, like with everybody
Shaky,
else.
Probably you guys carrying various
Yeah, you
heavy
keep
items.
competing
Yeah.
Eating, sadly.
Yeah, Oak and Jakey were having
Especially
like
after you protected his little sister in that last fight. He's,
yeah, like we did not use the dolly, like the hand truck, like even once, carrying stuff in.
Meanwhile, Magnus is like, set gravity to 5%, and then just lifting a ton up. It's like, why? I don't understand this ritual. It's like you're trying to prove something, but to whom?
Yeah. So I want to say that probably like where that would end out is Oak like trying to think about like what else did we bring in? And he's like, well, maybe maybe pinball. Because I feel like if this is like a MTV like house, we probably have a pinball machine from somewhere. So
There's
it's
probably
like
3.
yeah, they got like an Addams Family one and just like a Metallica one somewhere, and no, a Kiss one, just like somewhere in the base, like one in each room. It's just like, okay, let's try something else. I gotta take a break anyway. Wait, let's go try pinball.
Sure.
Jakey walks in because he had to go make a run. So it turns out that school does not allow you to have unnatural hair colors. It's against school policy. So he had to go out and buy
Wait,
my school had that policy.
Yeah.
So he had to go out and buy some hair dye for him and Cass. And so he walks in. You kind of see him, looks a little annoyed and dejected, but he tosses a box to Cass. But you see he kind of goes off to his room and looks a little upset.
I look over to Cass and who's like, I would imagine she was probably like watching Magnus and Oak like to have this, like Oak thought it was some kind of like contest and Magnus was just like this was like a Tuesday for him. But I would imagine Cass would probably have been like watching all of that go down. Is that true? Or
Yes.
okay, so he would probably like Oak would like like look over to Cass and like yell across the room, is he doing okay?
She just shrugs. So she now has a gauntlet too where she can type. It takes her a little bit, but she'll type like IDK, want to play ping pong? She wants a turn against
okay.
you.
Magnus, we'll do pinball another time.
All right.
And we can probably like leave off there with Oak and Cass starting a nice easy game of ping pong.
Would you like me to set gravity back to Earth normal?
Yes, please.
All right.
I think that's probably about when Liv shows up. I think she's just told Tara that this is Jakey and Cass's house. So she brings Tara with. There's probably like a little area that's just kids' toys and like a plate. Well, not really like a plate, but like blankets and stuff like that. So Tara can do whatever. And so yeah, that's probably when she walks in and is like, "What are you? Do you guys play ping pong?"
Agnes, do you do anything? Seeing Jake all upset? Or
Magnus,
you just like,
Magnus likes children because they're less confusing. So he will go over to Tara and say, I found that toy I promised you. Be careful with it.
oh no.
It's
Oh,
a
no.
it's a matter recombinator. It's my
What?
first matter recombinator.
What does that mean?
It means that within certain bounds you can transmute one material into another.
And you're gonna give that to a 5-year-old?
It has safeties.
Okay,
So
if
you
my sister
can't turn
turns
water
gold.
into wine. That's
Yes.
good.
But yes, having spent a couple of weeks with people, probably recognizes that Jakey is his potentially performing suboptimally due to some sort of emotional upset, and will stalk after him. And it's this is a perfect chance to put my social skill learnings. What up, bro?
you see him, he's like tearing open the box a little annoyed, and he's like, oh, hey, Magnus.
You seem frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was expecting things to be a little different.
I have found that non-adults here have a variety of restrictions and social norms that they're expected to adhere to. Actually, in fact, it seems like one of the core conflicts of coming into adulthood is to find one's balance in adopting or resisting societal expectations.
Yeah. So you're not human, right? I mean, like, obviously, you're human in a human form, but you're not human. You ever feel like, like left out or like you don't belong?
I don't know if I feel it. I certainly think it. I'm not sure how I feel about things.
You have feelings, right?
I think so. I'm not used to dwelling on them, nor am I accustomed to expressing them. So it's, between you and me, it's been a bit of a process. There's so much feeling going on in everyone I meet.
You're surrounded by teenage angst, so
Yeah.
Teenagers have a lot of feelings.
Yes. So many of them have to do with things that I find hard to relate to. Like, my mom doesn't understand me. I mean, I know intellectually what a mother is, but I can't really relate.
Yeah, I get that. That's probably pretty hard. I think I built up what I thought it was going to be like coming back.
Mm.
I mean, it just kind of feels like you're part of two worlds and neither wants you. You know what I mean? I don't. It's like the conslites look down on us because we're, I mean, the adults know we have a place, obviously. Like, they know we have a mission, but it's, to be honest with you, like when we first met, I kind of acted a little dumb about knowing what we were born for. I mean, like, I just didn't want you guys to, eject us out of an airlock or something. But I know we were born for one purpose. We're literally just made to be spies, and that's all our society wants us for. We're not allowed to have children.
Mm.
Not that I think personally I would ever have kids, but but still, like, we're not really part of this society. Like we're seen as having an important purpose, but we don't get to choose that. And in our society, like having a lot of kids is like I have 13 other siblings besides Cass. I mean, they don't treat us like siblings, but you know. But I think that's why I had such a rosy retrospection of Earth. You know, I think I kind of forgot that we didn't always fit in here, even when we were born here before. And we were raised a little differently with our dad's influence, and I knew there would be some adjustment, but it's only been a few years, and just so much has changed. I don't understand the references. All my slang's out of date. I don't know what's cool anymore. I'm behind on the technology, which is ridiculous because like our technology is so advanced with the consolites, but it's just different. So it's hard to catch up. And I don't know. And then you have the human side who like people like Liv, you know, they treat us with mistrust because our half consolite side. So
To be fair, Liv treats most people with mistrust. So,
she's a little abrasive.
well,
Kind of like it, but it's it could get a little much sometimes. But it's not really just her. Like I've seen the way other kids have looked at us when we've been out. We have to do the blue hair, you know, things that we say wrong,
well,
maybe the skin tone, but
most
at
of them
least
are
I'm not the only
intolerable.
one with a full beard. I'm glad Liam has a beard at least. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not as left out. That was one thing I had going for me with the consolites is like having facial hair is a big thing. It made me feel really bad with for the Danakan twins. Their markings that they had prevented them from having facial hair.
You know, I wonder if some of what you're experiencing isn't. I have to imagine being told that you have a single and clear purpose, although maybe not in alignment with what you'd like to do with your life, is very comforting. That is something I can relate to, having a strong sense of being here for a reason. But it is, as I've observed it, the human condition. Much to what I was saying before, I wonder if some of the challenge you're finding is that here you have to make your own purpose. You have to struggle and find and try and fail. And perhaps never really achieve that sense of certitude, or achieve it and then have it taken away by events beyond your control. I have to assume that there's some joy in that liberty. But it seems like a bit of a process.
Yeah, maybe a little fear of the unknown too. Not coming to me as easy as I thought, I guess.
Well,
It's not really like the vids, you know?
most teens are intolerable. So I suggest that if you're concerned at all about what anyone's looks or considerations of you, consider the source. They are barely conscious. Their brains are toxified by a witch's brew of hormones. On many planets, they would not be considered sentient. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hearing me out. I just got that off my chest. Yeah. I know you can relate at least to the mistrust part, because yeah.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't care.
Yeah, I kind of envy that a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. But I would say don't pursue detachment. It has its own drawbacks. We're all just trying to figure it out, I suppose.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, with that, we can close that interaction. You guys want to have anything else, or are you going to school?
Well, we should probably have a discussion of what our plans are.
Yeah.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
I think
Team meeting.
I was thinking pizza.
Jesse, you probably aren't even supposed to be here.
No, she's fine.
Where is the base, by the way?
She smoothed it over with the police. She's good.
I'm going to say the base is probably like 30 minutes out of town.
Okay.
There's a dirt road that runs near it. But it is disguised to look like some sort of, or it's built into some sort of natural butte or other rock formation.
You guys are in it's Starfell, New Mexico. There's a
Yeah.
lot of like empty space
Yeah.
outside town. So
Well, we're all
So
meeting.
no pizza.
I mean, I
No.
wouldn't order it too this evening. Just
Just,
go pick it up.
yeah, just a moment.
Well, Magnus,
beep,
you
beep.
got that teleporter.
Yeah.
Like, you could just grab us a pizza.
Yes. Ugh. The energy requirements. If I were charging for this service, I would be a wealthy man. But as it is, I just hauled, several £100s of gold.
I mean, your gold.
Yeah. I mean, it's relatively easy to find materials that your economy finds highly prized to turn into money. But yes, so order, I'll be right back, teleport out, teleport back with a stack of pizzas.
We can't have pizza every time we meet up here, guys.
We got a carbo load. We need all the
Tacos
protein
next
and the
time.
fats. It's good energy. I mean, like,
Hey,
you
yeah,
know,
tell that
if
to
we
the
get in a fight-
5-year-old who was eating nothing but pizza
She's
the past
growing.
week.
She's got to grow big
she
and tall.
doesn't need that.
There's some
What's your
wings. Most pizza
favorite
places have
food?
wings.
Oh yeah, even better. Give her spicy food.
I would have gotten an order of mac and cheese for Tara.
So
I hate it because she
without the
definitely
sauce?
likes Agnes too. Oh,
Yeah.
Liv hates it. She loves everyone that Liv hates. It sucks.
Yeah.
As he
So
tries to do magic tricks for Liv's sister, just to continue the ruse, but it's really bad. Like,
There's no way that you pulled off teleporting into a room.
yes,
with how
like
bad
there are
your magic
cards
tricks
flying
are.
every time Jesse pulls out their cards.
Yeah.
You panic because there's a bird stuck in your shirt and it's trying to crawl out.
Right.
Little 5-year-olds like stick to the teleporting trick.
Right.
She's like, that's dumb. Teleport again. All right. Cool. Are we all here? Did Liam show up?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm here.
Are you guys having this meeting with the siblings as well? Are they
Yes.
involved in it? Okay.
Yeah. 100%. Okay, good. We're all here. First day of school is tomorrow, and I just want to compare schedules so that we know who is in classes with who. So,
I'll have math first thing in the morning this year. That's gonna suck. I'm never gonna.
It's not a new school year. So mainly
Oh.
you're asking for Jakey and Cass's new schedules to see if they line up with yours.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Sussing it out. Look.
Yeah.
It's fine. Jesse can pull out her schedule just to make it look like, yeah, we all got
Yeah.
schedules.
So they pull out their schedules. You guys start comparing. You see Cass doesn't have classes with anyone except for she does have the same math class as Oak. Because Oak is, he has his strengths. Math isn't one of them. So he's in a lower level math course. Cass is in a little bit of higher, was able to test and do a little bit higher. But since she's younger than you guys a little bit, she's probably a grade or two below you. She's not in any of the classes you guys are, but you do have the same lunch period. Jakey also has the same lunch period. You find he's in shop class with Magnus, Jesse, and Liam. And he is in the same gym elective as Oak. And the same lit class, the same English class as Liv.
Oh,
So no one else is in AP chemistry and AP calculus and AP biology, AP physics. No. Okay.
No.
Jakey decided not to take the AP classes because he wanted the high school experience, but he also wanted like the chill high school experience. So he's like, I'm gonna ace this easy chemistry class. Like,
I mean,
Jesse's like, I have AP pass, and holds up like a hall pass.
I feel like Magnus would probably be like, you could probably go take like community college courses if you really wanted to.
I'm sure I could. Thank you for your vote of confidence.
and that's it. Most AP courses count as college credits unless you go to like a military academy or something that doesn't accept them.
Yes.
Not speaking from personal experience.
Personal experience. And I'm pretty sure, Oak, that Magnus is just using high school as a cover and as a playground.
Yeah, well, but I mean, like, figure for Magnus, it's probably more fun to like not be in high school, right? Like,
Or on Earth.
I'm not sure what the honestly, I'm not sure what the fascination with fun is. I'm studying it.
well, it's like satisfaction where you're not sure if you can do something, and like you try it, and then you just find the strength deep inside, and you like get one more rep out. Like, it's just, you're not sure if you can and what sure it's gonna feel like, but then you do it and you find out, and it's like the feeling of finding out something new. That's fun.
his definition of
Yeah,
fun.
okay.
Jakey's
Your
like,
definition of fun is different than anyone else's definition of
yeah,
fun.
it's stress relief. You know,
Yeah,
fun is
exactly.
fun. You do it because you like it.
Yeah, to take your
mentally
mind
healthy.
off of other things.
Keep you from
for a
burning
bit.
out.
But if you take your
Do
mind
what's
off of
real
important
fun.
things, then you lose control and are unprepared for when the inevitable occurs.
Yeah, but that's
Sometimes you
not
gotta
really
let go of that
healthy.
control.
It's like mental burnout can happen. Burnout's like real bad. You become incapable of doing anything.
All right. Just type some notes. Okay. So, we've compared schedules. What is our plan, however?
I mean, what?
Usually plan B.
No, with you, it's usually like plan 93 because we've exercised the alphabet and the other 92 plans.
I think
I
that
could have
haven't seen
conceivably
plan
happened.
93 at
was a pregnancy
Walgreens.
joke. Jakey speaks up.
Oh,
Oh, God.
well,
Oh, no.
it's got very... took a turn.
Anyways. I mean, you two know I don't trust you, but you're our best insight that we have
Well,
into
thanks
these
for the honesty.
consolites. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. Just based on what the consolites do. And yeah.
I mean, if we really wanted to sneak, we would have been better at it.
This is where she says, but you're not being good at it is probably a cover and blah, 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 blah. It's circular logic. You can't pierce it.
Look, it's not what we're talking about. Point is, we need some sort of idea of what we need to do to prep for what's coming because we barely were able to figure stuff out last time.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys aren't next on the list, at least according to our friends.
Yeah, except that we're harboring two consulate children who have allegedly run away from the consulates. I feel like
Yeah, but you
that
guys aren't
is a
the only
bad
ones.
thing.
Why are you worried? We won last time with that really big suit of things when we combine. Why don't we just do that next time? I mean, it
Jesse,
seems
your
like we have.
friend got kidnapped, almost tortured, potentially
Well,
almost
we're gonna
murdered.
skip that step and just go straight to the robot.
I mean, they probably have robots too.
Yeah,
Like,
so we went through
Wow.
this with the Ultrathians.
Yes.
Like, you know, I obviously wasn't there, but I've taken history classes, and they had these kind of things with the weird rocks that could like transform them. So the consulates have spent the better part of the century, you know, making tech to kind of battle that if it comes up again.
They theoretically, if that
Mhm.
tech was used,
Yeah.
could they track it?
What, like your tech?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I'm a kid. Like they don't tell me the plans. Just like you don't trust me, they don't, trust a teenager with this. Our job is to report the information up, not, give the information to you. They wouldn't tell us. Most of the rumors I've heard have been from the twins. So
What if we went and like, I mean, you know where they are, right? What if we went and like tried to like,
that's a good idea.
I don't know, sneak in and like steal some information, just like take it. Just go take some information, figure out what we need to find out and get it.
You would probably die. I can tell you, I'm not coming with you. You want to take that approach? Good luck.
No, we are not doing that with Oak and Jesse on this team. There is no and Flashy McFlashy Pants Magnus over here. No. We would be caught immediately. Jesse would trip and trigger the fire alarm or something.
Yes.
Yeah, you're. Speaking of Flashy McFlashy Pants, I don't remember there being a gold, but
He's
yes.
different.
No, there is. So outstanding questions. How can we be certain that we have sufficient advanced warning of the consulate approach? Whether that be through developing covert channels of information or blunt force sensing or whatever. 2, the blue crystal is still out there somewhere. It is a significant source of power. It's probably better if it's under our control than if some random person were to find it.
Well, we can make like an alarm that lights up, and we can call it the console light.
well,
I
To answer
hereby
the
vote
first-
to remove Jesse from ever suggesting ideas at this table ever again.
I mean, the first question, I assume the consulate's already here. I've already reported up that your planet's not really got all that great tech, but if they can detect things coming into the system, they'll probably try to subvert it, but they're probably not expecting an Aceros level technology, because I don't think any of the consulates on Earth right now know about that. So,
Well, I don't know that our activities were that secret, depending upon where the other spies are placed.
yeah, my guess is there's some consulates probably have already reported up that you're
Yeah.
here
Well-
if it's gotten out.
Yeah.
So we all, I mean, not you, Magnus, but like we all like we're basically neighbors. Like, I mean, we're not neighbor, but like on like a, all of the rocks could have ended up like anywhere on the world, in the country, even in the state. Like they could have landed in the ocean or something, but we all managed to like pick them up, and we all live in like basically the same place. Like maybe like we should keep an
the
eye out
area-
to see if anybody new shows up in town.
This is the area that Talos is basically ejected. Like, so all the stones ended up in relatively the same area. It's where you guys were all able to find them. That's why they're all located in the same town, basically.
I mean, even if we go off of it having been here, there's the potential that somebody picked it up and carried off somewhere else and didn't know what it did. Like there's a lot of things that could have taken it anywhere on Earth. So tracking it is probably not going to be easy unless, hey, look, now there's a blue guy on top of the red one and the orange one and the black one and the pink one and the gold one. Like that's, I don't think it's it's priority, but not the highest priority. I'm more concerned with trying to figure out if they're coming, and if they are coming, when they're coming.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Swallow
at least we
could have
know that-
taken it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Swallow could have taken the blue gem, could have taken it
Hey,
away.
Jesse, why don't you go play with Tara? Over in the kitty corner. You're getting booted from the adult table.
As Jesse's walking away, it could have been an African swallow.
I mean, Yeah, as Jesse is going away, Oak is saying, "Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Like, we can just wait on that. But at the very least, like, if any spies, like, if anybody shows up in town all of a sudden that, like, seems like a stranger, like, you know, they might be coming here to look for us, so we could keep an eye out for them.
Hmm.
Might tell us if, like, if somebody, like, weird shows up in town all of a sudden, like, you know, they might be a spy that we need to be wary of."
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think
They're already
people
here.
would be like, yeah, I was gonna say like they could look for us from space. They don't need a person on the ground. They just need to follow the news and figure out where the location happened. Like they have a much higher advanced technology. They probably have already found us. They're just waiting to decide what they're gonna do.
I mean, so does Magnus, and he's here.
Yes, and
My guess is they're just gonna tap into the consulates already here.
yeah. No, I think that's what we're talking about, is that if we've aroused their suspicion, they might send agents here. So we should be on the lookout.
Yeah.
So I guess we just wait. I hate waiting.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we should be doing something to prep for this, but I don't know what else we could do besides come here and train and hope for the best. That's
I mean, there's not really much we could do if, like, the consulates decided to just come here and wreck house. It's not really. I don't think it's really the way we do things. Pretty sure. I mean, at least talking to the twins think the Danakans are well before Earth, but who knows? I don't make the decisions, so could change.
We
Think
could
they're
begin
dead
leaking
seriously.
advanced technologies to appropriate corporate and governmental entities. Raise the overall preparedness of the planet.
Okay, rather than the career approach of making them figure it out themselves
Yeah.
yeah, just
immediately.
I mean, I guess, but looking at human history, I don't know if it's a
Agreed.
great idea to give them more powerful technology to the
Agreed.
yeah.
They would.
I mean, one thing I was thinking about doing was just go, like, you know, try and figure out how police scanners work, and, you know, just listen to see, like, if there's an accident on the highway or something, like, do they need somebody to go help, like, get people out of cars or something, like, you know. I wanted to talk to you all about it first, but I was thinking, like, maybe we could just help out around town, like, see if there's people around town that need our help.
So make ourselves even more known as like superheroes, or
It can't hurt.
I guess we were already all over national news.
And I mean,
And
it just
social
seems
media.
like if we have these powers, like, you know, we got to use them, I guess.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Well, also doing good, but also, I mean, probably not using our mechs, but doing good could be a way of accelerating the timeline of any spies who might have had their interest piqued by our previous exploits. Perhaps as a way of doing good, but also flushing them out. Because if we can identify spies, we can feed them false information. Or gain intel about the timeline for Earth's assimilation.
It's dangerous, but I think it could work. I hate to agree with Magnus, but I think it could work.
Spies? I don't know anything about spies.
Hey, you're not able to go back in the corner.
Speaking of, Liv, you might want to call Aces. Liv, you might want to call Aces.
What?
I showed your sister the teleporting trick.
You mean when you teleported into my living room?
No, she wanted to
When
learn
she
how to
had
do it.
Aces teleport her into the command center.
Oh,
Where did she go?
Well, wherever Aces is,
Yes,
hopefully.
in orbit around
Just hanging
Jupiter.
out with Aces in the command center.
Sure. That's
Did
fine.
you take Tara with you?
No, it's just
only
Tara.
Tara went.
Why?
She wanted to see how the teleportation trick worked, but I didn't know that a lot of things happen in a really quick amount of seconds.
Aces, will you please return Liv's sister?
Of course.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna throttle you.
Takes a moment and
She's gonna have the really good science report
Tara's
though.
back.
Aces, can you also make sure that all of our family and friends cannot be teleported by their own fruition?
Aces,
We have
please
to do it
never
for
listen
them.
to Jesse again.
Yeah, this Jesse's command, not
Yeah, don't
I
listen
would,
to
I would
Jesse.
never take Tara's request. Five.
You shouldn't take Jesse's either.
I have to trust the Spectrum Squad.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
fine. Thanks, Aces.
From
How's that arm treating you, by the way?
great. I'm getting so much done.
Awesome.
And twice the work.
Half the time.
And how is our friend Ta'alos?
Doing. He's grumpy.
So no
See,
change.
that's how magic works.
Very much waiting for the I told you so, but not wanting to see the I told you so come.
Well, if he has any intel, or if you have any intel or suggestions as to how we might get intel to understand if there are any repercussions, acceleration on the timetable on the part of the consulates, feel free to share.
Well, for Talos will come over. He's been listening. He's didn't really apply to my people. The consulates. We didn't know who the consulates were. They appeared friendly, so we accepted them with open arms until they suddenly turned on us. And by then, we didn't even realize we had the half Altrathians, half consulates within our midst that were acting as spies.
Well,
But that was, we had already known about the consulates existing. We just thought they were friendly.
yeah. Well, any thoughts about identifying consulate operatives? Ideally at a distance. Any research into detection methods or scanning frequencies or something?
Well, you were able to detect that the consulate siblings weren't all human.
Yes, but we were in the room with them.
Fair. I think it would be very difficult to do that for every human in the population. You could
Agreed.
maybe do it within a certain radius or if you aimed it at certain people, but
Good point. Yes. Some sort of localized scanner so that we can check out anyone who's suspicious. We can get to work on that.
Ghostbusters.
Well, so we've accomplished nothing. We don't have a plan. Other than
guess
to
we
help
are.
where people need help. Which seems admirable to
nothing.
me.
That's something.
Sure. Draw attention to ourselves to try to draw other people out so that we can actually come up with some sort of plan, because I don't know what we're up against.
and you can let Aces know if you want to act in a superhero capacity that's more than just like galaxy ending, world ending,
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, more
He can
mundane.
dispatch you to those places of like, hey, there's a house fire here,
Yes.
or whatever. But you have to let him know what the scale is and the air, like the radius, because you can teleport anywhere.
Yep.
So it could be something big, small. You got to be careful because it's like, are you going to go into a war zone? Are you going to do that? What exactly is it, your parameters that you're wanting,
I mean, I think
so that
we're
he can monitor that stuff for you and let you know.
Yep.
probably staying local if we're trying to flush out any spies that might be located here now.
Yep. Staying local, but
So-
also would add to that a parameter that anything, we know that the consulates have a tendency to try to manipulate world events. I mean, Guerrero certainly was. So any national or international scale events that it is apparent that there might be, or that we suspect there might be outside interference in, we should certainly be made aware so that we can evaluate whether intervention is called for.
Keep in mind, if you do stuff locally, so far it's been known that the Spectrum Squad has been seen in Croatia and in your town. There's a little bit of a rumor you guys were in like Arizona. That
Yes.
one's probably the least solid. So aside from that, the high school has made the papers quite a bit because that's where all the family members, that's where you guys return the family members. That's where everybody had a kid that went to the school.
We should
It's
pick
not known
a
publicly yet
random.
that Theo.
San
Mhm.
Francisco.
We should pick a random town in some other part of the world.
San Francisco sounds good.
Yes, but perhaps a smaller town, just to throw off suspicion. We can pick some
Keep it local
random
between
spot.
these two.
Yeah. Or even
You can have aces rotate too. Be
Yeah.
like, oh, just pick a random
Yeah.
city and
Yeah.
monitor for stuff. And
We could do all the continental Springfields. 48 of them.
sure, or something that doesn't that will make it appear that while we have certain areas of interest, this is not the only one.
otherwise, aces is gonna have you guys on call all the time. Like, there's 463 events happening right now. Which one do you want to be dispatched to?
Yes, it sounds like fun.
Number 42. Always go with 42.
Sure.
Not seeking your input, Jesse.
Are you guys gonna go to sleep for school in the morning, or are you guys wanting to get dispatched somewhere right now? Like, what do you? It's starting to get late.
No, my little sister just got teleported onto an alien spaceship, and now I gotta deal with that. Thanks, Jesse.
It's magic. Wasn't that cool, Tara?
She got frustrated at the little kid throwing shade at her tricks and was like, "Why don't we watch this?"
God.
100%.
I wanted to have a personal one-on-one conversation with Asus about some things.
Yeah, you can totally do that. You can either be
A one on
teleported up
me.
there or just, have a conversation on your gauntlet at home.
That works.
Are you guys all done for the day and leaving the base aside from, Magnus and the siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, go for it if you want.
Okay. So we've been doing this for like 2 weeks now, and I'm just a bit confused about the whole purpose of like, why do you have ultimate trust in the five of us? And why do you feel like Magnus is trustworthy from outside? And why do we seemingly trust the twins? Like, I don't know. For me, it's just, I have a lot of mixed feelings about all of this. And then, like, who is our true leader? Like, there's just so many things that I'm trying to understand, and I'm trying to get your input on this because,
Are you asking just aces or aces and Talos?
I mean, we can ask both.
Yeah, Talos, I don't trust Magnus. I've made that quite well known. I don't trust him at all. I don't trust the siblings at all. I've warned you guys against it. Aces basically explains like the team voted to stick with the siblings and Magnus, so he's going with the team. Magnus is Aces doesn't distrust Magnus in the sense of like he thinks he's out to like betray the team. He just knows that your goals might not always align. Like he recognized that, which is why they had the long conversation.
This is why we haven't selected them as our leader because, they're the one in our group that is they're not naturally human, and there's a lot more unknown about their past than you would know about ours. We don't have, superpowers or random abilities for, light or sound or anything like that. So I guess for me, it's just like, I guess I'm just a little insecure of trying to understand where my place is in this group because, like, it. I mean, we have literally someone who's trying to destroy us every waking moment of our day. Somebody who just wants to show off their muscles. And then you have me and Liv, who, we get along really well together. But like, it's confusing at times to see which one of us is really the true leader of this group because I feel like she should, but I want to find a way to help get her to believe in herself so she can lead us all into battle and like really unify all of us, even though we are a very hodgepodge group. So I'm just trying to understand, like, what do you think I could do to try to help her, or do I even have the ability to do that?
You of course have the ability. You can always help a friend. If I'm gonna level with you, and this is to Aloe speaking, the way it worked for us is the stones were of religious importance. I get it, you guys don't believe it. At this point, I don't really either, but it's important to my people. We went through rituals and tests to see who would even have the ability to touch the stones to see if they were compatible. You all found the stones. We know you're compatible. That's why you were quote unquote chosen. In reality, we don't know how or why it works and why you are able to wield the power of the stones. It might seem a little strange because, there's no offense to Jesse, a little not exactly the person you would expect. I don't think someone like her would have ever been allowed to touch the stones in our society as she's a criminal. I don't know what to tell you. So we went through a vetting process before people could even had the chance to wield the stones, and then they were quote unquote chosen.
One person's criminal is another person's hero.
But in my squad, and traditionally in other squads, Red is typically the leader. I don't know why. That's just how it always was. I don't know if that's part of the stones or whatever. Liv, I think she could be a great leader.
Honestly, I do too. I'm just trying to figure out how to, ignite that flame inside of her because she seems very, very intelligent with both emotional and she can think on her feet a lot better than even I can. And she doesn't have time to, she didn't, like, she knows what needs to be done. It's just like, she almost like second guesses herself at times. And I'm trying to find a way to like support her and get her to believe that she can, she can do it. And we need her guidance. We need her to ultimately be the real driving force of this group.
I think the best thing you can do is support. Part of a good leader is having, good followers. If you echo her decisions, when she makes a decision, you support it and ensure the other team members also follow that. Because if they question it, that'll put doubts in her mind. But if you double down and also challenge those who are challenging her, it'll help her be seen as the leader.
Okay. Sounds good. I just wanted to, take a moment to.
It's tough to navigate, especially with someone like Magnus, who's going to undermine her authority at every turn. But
Well, I mean, he undermines everything.
we didn't have a golden in my squad claiming to be some all-powerful being. So good luck with that. I hate to tell you, I don't know how you're going to deal with that.
Yeah.
He definitely shouldn't be the leader, though. His interests are not your best interests.
Yeah, I kind of got that, but we're on the same page for the moment, and that's what matters. Okay. Over and out.
Cool. So you guys get up for school in the morning. Jakey, of course, has a really nice outfit on because it's like their first day of school, and that's what you do on your first day of school is you look as nice as possible. You show up, homeroom and everything. Then Jakey will say, we'll do Oak and Cass. You end up in the same math class. You have in the morning, which kind of sucks. First class of the day, tired. Teacher introduces Cass. Like, hey, this is Cass. She is mute, not deaf. So please keep that in mind. She can't use her gauntlet at school because that technology doesn't exist. And she's still learning sign language. So she's going to explain to the class, get you guys caught up on the lesson and everything because it's been a week. And then she's going to choose somebody to pair up with, teach you, kind of catch you up and help you through these worksheets, which Cass immediately takes her desk to bring over to you. The teacher's like, maybe not, maybe not him. But she's already, okay.
Yeah. Oak would have been so... Yeah, he would have been not like the very, very back because he knows that this, like, he can't just completely blow this off because his grades are pretty bad. But he's not like, front of the classroom trying to, trying to like pay close attention. So kind of like middle of the room kind of a deal. So he would have had his like, he would have had a pen and a notebook, but like not like open yet. And would have been just kind of like throwing a slouch. And so like as soon as he saw like he would not have like volunteered to be paired up with Cass because like he was probably like, like the teacher was introducing what was going on, and he was probably just kind of like not really paying attention, just kind of like, Cass comes in, he throws a nod. He would probably like be like surprised, like what when Cass is bringing over the like picking like the desk next to him, like he just like kind of leans over, like
She's dragged her desk literally to be touching your desk.
You
the
know
teacher
I'm
said
not good at this, right?
you're the only person she knows in the class, so she picked you. And all the other kids are, a year ahead of her, so she's, she's not moving.
Okay. Okay. Sure. He would like open up the notebook and just kind of like shove over like, so that she can see like some of the notes that he had been making in the past, like, well, okay, like here's kind of what we've been going over. And then yeah.
Takes her pen and like makes a correction on one of your worksheets. Yeah.
Okay. Wait. There's a thought going through Oak's head right now. Because I'm thinking that probably the class is getting started, so it's not really time for us to like talk. But right now, going through his head is
I mean, only you would be talking, and the teacher instructed you to show her like and catch her up. So.
Yeah, but like it probably like he would not be trying to like convey like he would not be trying to talk right now because class is getting started. But probably what's going through his head is, wait, she might be better at math than I am. Like maybe because like she like immediately was looking over his notes and was like correcting stuff. It was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, maybe I can get her to teach me. And that's what's going through his head right now. He's like think like the closest thing to a sly thought that he has is like, oh, maybe she can teach me math. And that's yeah.
You need this class. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I think this is your second try at it, so it's like you have to pass this class.
Yeah.
You'll be graduating late.
Like I'm like a year behind in math and she's a year ahead. So like yeah.
Cool. So we'll do so not too much happens in class. Like you guys have some time to just like work on whatever worksheet. Teacher's a little lazy. It's like, hey, here's how you do it, does one on the thing. All right, here's a worksheet of problems. Do it yourself. Cool. If you have any questions, let me know. And then goes on their phone. you know. We could do Jakey and Liv in English class.
Oh boy.
So same thing happens, you know, the teacher introduces Jakey as the new student. Um, you're talking in the back, so she's like, Liv, thank you for volunteering. You're gonna catch up Jakey on where we're at in the book. So then Jakey takes a seat next to you and he's like, oh, what's up? Cool, we have this class together. Now we're partnered up.
Yep. No, this is great. This works out. We can get to know each other better. Maybe I'll learn to trust you a little bit more.
Yeah, dude. So for sure. You like, I mean, what do you think of the rest of the team?
Like the rest of my team?
Our team, yeah.
Right. Magnus is a prick. Jesse is gonna get us all killed. Oak is tough and needs
I mean, he's not that tough.
yeah, he's more brawn than brains, let's put it like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think I probably trust Liam the most, but
Yeah, Liam seems cool.
yeah, he's got a good head on his
Nice guy.
shoulders.
I think a lot of the team are pretty nice.
Yeah.
You guys hang out with anybody else?
Why do you want to know?
Just asking, you know. Is there more friends in the friend group, or are you like dating anyone? You guys all have partners or anything?
No, I don't think so. I don't. We
Ooh.
just barely started hanging out, so I
Of
don't
all
really.
all of you guys are single?
I think so.
Cool.
Why?
I'm just making conversation. We're getting to know each other better.
Yeah, no, it's just a weird topic of conversation to have in English.
What are we else gonna talk about? To Kill a Mockingbird? Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I'd rather be talking about this.
So
I mean, are you just wanting to make more friends?
yeah, man, friends are cool. And I'm not expecting to be like the most popular kid in school or anything, but
I mean, with the way some people have been ogling you, you probably could.
people are ogling me.
You didn't
Okay.
notice?
Like who?
Pointing out like several people in the class that have probably made like, ooh, big eyes at Jakey as soon as he
Winks
walked
at
in the
a few of
room.
them, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Probably punches him like, dude, gross.
What? Part of the high school experience. You're like a high school sweetheart. Like dating, you know, full of hormones and confusion and whatever. You know, it's part of the whole thing.
No, you want to know what the real high school experience is? Look, I'm gonna ask for a bathroom pass. You ask for one in a couple of minutes. Meet me in the auditorium.
Where's the auditorium?
Go out in the hall, take a left. It's the big double doors. On the right.
All right, bet. He just learned bet, so he says it.
Either end was
That's
like,
his
oh,
newest
God.
thing in his vocabulary. Bet.
Yeah, okay, great. Ugh. So yeah, Liv's gonna totally be sloughing class. taking Jakey with her.
A few minutes later, you know, he'll slyly be like, "Excuse me, I tried to go, you know, to the bathroom during passing period. I couldn't find it. Could you let me? Is it okay if I use it? And could you let me know where it is?" And he'll meet you at the auditorium when he gets out.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Come here. I'll take a set of keys out of my pocket and head over to
Your
a
keys to
side
the
door
school?
that only to this area. They don't trust me that much, but this is my you stay out of trouble, you get to do this thing. So I'll unlock the door and lead him up into like the tech area and then farther up into the catwalk.
I assume that means you have to do a lot of like troublemaking first to get that privilege. And do bad stuff, so then they're like, okay, so stop doing this bad stuff. I'll let you do this.
Yeah, you know, honestly, that is how it worked. Probably not the best way to go about doing it, but it happened. So yeah, now I just, whenever I feel like not going to class or need a moment to myself, I just sneak up here.
Nice.
Sit in the catwalk. It's a nice view. It's really fun. There's whatever they have auditorium days. I get to be, doing the lights and stuff. First day of the year, every time we take a trash bag and stuff it full and then shove a mannequin head on top of it and then shove it out of the rafters. It scares the hell out of so many people. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I blame it on everybody else. I'm pretty sure they know it's me, but
Wait, they can't prove it, so.
exactly. That's the best part. There's no cameras up here.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah. So this is called sloughing. It's when you don't go to class
Luffing?
with an
That's called
S.
skipping.
No, I call it sloughing. I guess skipping works too, but yeah.
Or playing hooky. That's what it was called when I was here. Is hooky and skipping class.
No, it's sloughing.
Hooky.
New word for you,
Sloughing.
sloughing. Yeah.
Doesn't sound as cool, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, you gotta get you caught up with the times, I guess.
You don't have anybody else like me, you guys? Why don't you guys all just like skip class at the agree at a time and leave?
I mean, we kind of have been with the whole superhero thing, but
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Jesse's under house arrest, so I don't think that they can leave without causing problems. Magnus is doing Magnus things. Oak needs to pass to stay in gym and sports. And I think Liam's actually just kind of a good kid and just goes to class, unless he has to go take care of his moms. So,
Take care of his moms.
yeah, it's a thing that sometimes people have to do.
I
I'm
mean,
not telling
are
you.
moms supposed to take care of you?
Look, I'm not telling you any more than that.
Oh, sorry.
You can ask Liam. No, it's a
Okay.
personal thing. You have to ask Liam about that. That's
Okay.
not my story to tell.
Is it like taboo if I bring it up? Is it?
I mean, maybe try to be tasteful about it and don't tell him that I told you. So I didn't really mean to let that slip out, but yeah, I mean, if you catch him coming back from being gone for a couple of hours, you could just be like, "Oh, where'd you go?" or something. Just yeah.
Okay,
Anyways, want to play with the lights? We can make them
Yes.
different colors.
he absolutely
Sorry.
does and wants to press all the buttons.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So we're just messing around in the auditorium for the next however long.
Cool. Later in the day, we'll say body shop is until the afternoon. When's your gym elective, Oak? Is that in the morning or the
Oh.
afternoon?
Probably afternoon.
Okay. And so let's skip to lunchtime. Do you guys all sit together? Jakey and Cass are definitely trying to sit with you guys.
Yeah.
Wherever they see you.
Yeah, might as well. Just
So all of you guys sit together?
Sure.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I'm making sure that Jesse at least is sitting with me so that they don't go off and start talking to other people.
Yeah, you guys see Theo as well, who used to always sit with Jesse, and he sees you guys and like walks the other way. And
Yeah,
to the
Liv is
table.
giving him a hella stink eye.
Jakey's like, who's that? What?
Don't worry about it.
Former kidnapping victim.
What?
He got mugged.
No, he was kidnapped by Greer.
Oh.
Well, more or less. And,
So do you guys
and potentially
buy
tortured.
lunch? Do you bring your lunch? Do you bring in like a bag? Like how do you guys bring your lunch to school or get lunch?
Bento box, for sure.
Liv has a can of Monster.
Oak has like a nicer lunch than you would think that somebody would like gourmet breads sliced. Like you can tell it's like a sandwich, but it's a sandwich made with like good quality meats, and it's like, oh, this is like a good salad, and this is like like everything looks nicer than you would expect somebody like Oak to bring. You can tell that somebody put together this lunch with like, oh, like they have means and they actually like care about what Oak is eating. And he's just kind of like pulls it out and he's just like not even really paying attention to it. It's the usual lunch and like snacking on it, but it's the kind of lunch that like clearly somebody like took time to put together.
It's mainly Jakey is taking note because like when he was in school, like elementary school, it was cool to have the coolest like character lunchbox. Like he had a Spider-Man lunchbox, and he was super cool for having that. But then in middle school, it was very nerdy. If you brought it, it was cooler to like buy lunch or like have it in like you didn't want to have it in a lunchbox. You wanted to have it in like a paper bag or something. That was cool. So he's taking note of how you guys are all either buying lunch, bring lunch. He did the bento box because Magnus did. And that's who like he was at the base with, so they have like the bento box going, but he's taking note and like looking around other people to see what they're doing.
Yep. Integrated temperature control, freshness guarantee.
It makes for a better lunch.
Yeah.
So
is that sun-dried tomato pesto on a ciabatta roll? Oak, well done.
Yeah, it's got some of the some kind of like seasoning. I'm not sure. It's like a paste. It's like red and spicy, and I'm not really sure what it. My uncle puts these together, and they're pretty good. He likes to do it. I just, it's pretty good. So he usually has it ready in the morning before I go.
Jakey's gonna come in. It's like, so who's the like cool kids here? Like, or what are the cliques? What are the dynamics here? So like the jocks and like the preppy girls, the popular girls, like who's like, what's the power dynamic,
Welcome to the outcasts.
I guess that's fitting.
Yeah.
Who's with you right now?
We got that table over there. That's Jared and Derek and Vaughn. They're the football guys. They're the best guys on the football team. The basketball teams, they're on the table over that way. I don't really hang out with those guys too much. They got more cardio and strength training, so they don't really come by the gym all that often. I don't really know about all the other guys, but if you want to meet some of the sports guys, I might be able to introduce you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the table with the loud screaming kids is the theater kids. Stay away from them.
Yes. And that table is the mathletes. I wouldn't associate with them either. I tried to strike up a casual conversation about the application of differential topology to non-relativistic chronometric fields, and they looked at me as if I was speaking a foreign language.
I mean, is that a foreign language?
No,
it sounded like you were.
Yeah.
What's like the most popular sport at this school?
Oh, whereabouts
Like
is
the
this
baseball
school?
team, the football team, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Starfall, New Mexico.
Okay.
I mean,
So
probably
when I was in high school,
Yeah,
the
probably
baseball team was popular because our football team sucked.
Yeah, I guess it depends on whether or
So
not
it
we think our
depends,
football
yeah.
team's any good. Because if the football team's any good, it's
And
the
it was
football
like our
team.
baseball team and our wrestling team really popular.
I think we've established that there's like maybe the track and field team is good because I think like Theo is track and field, so it might be it's like football and track.
I could totally run. Could do that. And Jakey's like staring off, like thinking about it. And then who's sitting? So Jakey can see like the door. So your cafeteria is pretty open plan. And then there's like the front doors of the school, which is newly fixed. There may be a little bit of construction, but it's, it's fine. You can still go through it. And then the front offices is like right next door. You guys see, let's say Liam. You see a gentleman walk in, really big, burly, skin a little pinker than it should be. Hair is dark blue, full beard, and he is staring at Jakey after having just walked in. Jakey has not noticed him.
We have a bogey at 12 o'clock.
Where?
Oak wipes his nose.
Right at the front door, because
You look like idiots. We'll look.
there's this.
Jakey and Cass will look over and they'll see him and oh shit! If Jakey's goes immediately under the table and it's like, "That's my Uncle John."
Well,
Oh, no.
Is it obvious?
I don't know what to do. What do we do in this situation?
Act
He's talking to you
normal.
from under the table. He's like,
Get out from under the table.
he gets up,
Jesse's
but he
across
gets
the
up but
room.
takes a seat to where his back is to him.
Yeah, that's fine. Just act normal. Keep eating.
Wait, why is he? This is the lunchroom. Like, are they allowed? Are adults allowed in here?
They can come into the front to go to like the admin office, which is what he was doing. But then he like did a scan of the cafeteria and clearly recognized Jakey, and now he is walking over.
Jesse's
with a
already
purpose.
Jesse's meeting him halfway because Jesse was like, "Oh, it's your uncle," and like wanting to go introduce herself.
See,
and be like,
no.
Meanwhile, Jakey
No.
is like
I
is
grabbed
sitting
the
at the
back
table,
of
like, what is he
Jakey's-
doing? Is he coming over here? What is happening?
is anyone going to be upset if I disintegrate Jesse?
Well, as Jason tries to get up, I grab her by the back of her shirt and pull her down and said, "Sit back down."
I think
Thank you.
Theo and Tara would be upset.
Yes. All right. We are all normal human teenagers being friendly to a recent addition to our class.
Jake and Cass.
Yes.
No,
So he doesn't go by Jakey there. You
Yes.
guys know he's Jakey, but in American school he goes by Jake.
Yep.
Yeah, we should probably give him a very different name though. You're Jason, and you're Maya.
He knows who they
Oh,
are.
how did?
Sure,
How
that's
did-
who they are.
Try to pretend.
So he walks over and he is staring down at Jakey.
So track and field. It seems
Yeah,
like
it'd
it's
be a
a
great
yeah.
option for you.
Yeah, I can talk to the coach because I shot put, so
"You got a
Definitely come
good
out.
dive. Maybe
Oh.
try the swimming team."
This guy goes over, he's like, gives a friendly like, hey, how you doing, kids? I just need to speak with my nephew here and my niece.
Is he still hiding under the table?
No,
No.
he got back up after they were like,
Oh,
no,
okay.
act more natural. But he changed his seat so that his back was to him, as if that was going to change anything,
Okay.
which
Wasn't
it did not.
super obvious.
You have to talk to your knees. What's wrong with them? Did you hurt them? I hurt mine during track last year.
Good one, Jakey.
Is he?
And Jakey
kind
is
of a
like
face is
not
he
sure
making?
what to get up. Very stern. He's like polite to you guys, but then when he like looks at Jakey, he's like, get.
Yeah, Liv just kind of looks at him and is like, "Yeah, sorry, admin office is that way if you're gonna check him out of school."
Yeah, this is important.
Yeah, you're not supposed
No.
to.
Rules are important.
Jakey like starts
Yeah,
to get up.
rules
He's
are
like,
important.
and, like, is like looking. He's like staring into Magnus. Like, do I go with them? Do I stay here? What do I do? So then he sits back down.
yeah. Sorry, but we just had our stranger danger training. So yeah, I think
I'm not a stranger.
Wait, I
They're
have my
uncle.
whistle. Should I use
Right,
it?
Jakey?
well, but we don't recognize you. So
Jakey's
and you seem kind of aggro right now, so you probably ought to check in with the office.
Is there?
Put a
Is there
little
like
vocal
a-
fry on that. You should check in with the office because that's how teenagers talk.
Is
What
there
is that?
like a school? What do they call him? A school resource officer?
Yeah, you
nearby?
see, there is a school resource officer. He's chatting up with the receptionist in the office, but one of the assistant principals does see this adult talking to kids that he
Yeah.
doesn't know and is walking over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he comes over and is like, "Excuse me, sir, you can't be here. If you need to speak to a student, you need to come to the office." He's like, "Okay." So he goes to the office.
Hey, Jake, you remember when I taught you about sloughing?
Yeah, I do.
Time to slough.
I do. Awesome. Great.
We
He
should
gets up.
practice this sloughing
Yeah.
together immediately.
Yeah, let's go.
The good news is the principal is walking him to the office. The assistant principal for that lunch period is walking him to the office. So
Yeah,
he doesn't
perfect time
notice
to
you
sneak out.
guys
Yeah.
leave.
Boot.
Bye.
Where are you guys going?
Oh God, do we dare to take Jesse out of school?
Oh, Jesse saw y'all getting up and thought you were getting seconds, and Jesse's in line for more pizza.
Come along, Jesse.
Just grab Jesse by the arm and start dragging her from the screen. Just go hide in the catwalk.
I have a. Never mind.
So
Also, I put him in the NPC tab so you can see
Okay.
what he looks like.
okay.
I know, right? It's like, well, hello, sir.
Man. Over
So the
man.
tattoo artist walks into the cafeteria.
He's got to look hipster to justify the blue hair, you know?
Naturally. All right, are we
Where
going
are
to the
you guys
catwalk, or does anybody have a better idea? Liv is reluctant to take Jesse out of school again.
Yeah, I feel like we should stay nearby.
We should go somewhere where we aren't observed in case we need to teleport quickly.
Yeah, catwalk is perfect. Nobody's up there, and I think outside of the theater teacher, I'm the only one with keys.
Excellent. Lock the door behind us.
I think the piano has keys.
You're not going anywhere
Anyway.
near a piano.
When you guys get there, Jakey's like, how did he know we were here? I don't understand.
Yeah, how did he know that you were here?
So
I swear I don't know. I say he's our Uncle John. He's not really our uncle. He's just a guy that was stationed here and worked with my dad, so we called him Uncle John.
Does he live here in this area? Like how?
Oh, well, I don't know where he lives now. I know I think he was in Seattle for a bit and then Portland. I don't know where exactly he's at now.
I have a feeling somebody's been watching the news.
Yes. It's entirely
Yeah.
possible that he came here just to investigate the unusual occurrences and just happened to see his nephew sitting in the lunchroom. So, well, our
You
plan
think he
has
has the blue stone. Is that why his hair is blue?
no.
My hair was blue.
But now it's not.
yeah, because we got it.
No, because I dyed it because I couldn't attend the school otherwise.
Got Jesse out of the catwalk.
Yeah.
Just wrap a rope around Jesse's ankle and then toss her over the
Yeah,
sides
and
as she
just dangle her.
dangles. It's fine. Well, our plan has been successful. We have flushed out at least one agent of the Consulates.
Yeah, it's the one I already knew, though.
Yes, but
And he
Would have been nice to know that you knew one that was still here.
I told you there was consulates on Earth.
yes.
Yeah, but you didn't say that you knew them personally.
Well, I mean, I kind of
Whatever.
know him as a
It's
kid. He's the one stationed in North America.
You hear from below. That's why we needed a console light.
rope. No,
do you
not
think
really.
he has how does he drive? Does he have a car?
I assume so.
We can steal it. I mean,
If you knew which one.
You're already under
I
house
don't know what car
arrest.
he drives. I haven't seen the guy since I was in 6th grade, right before I left.
I mean, I was just thinking we could slash his tires, but
We're gonna go into a high school parking lot full of high school teenager vehicles and figure out which one is his to slash his tires.
flash all the tires.
No.
And honestly, I don't feel like that really matters because I feel like he probably has a vehicle that travels better than a car.
I mean, at the end of the day, he knows where we go to school.
Yeah, that's more what I'm concerned about. I don't think that we should be trying to make him stay. But if we could figure out which vehicle is his, we could follow him.
We could see if he leaves the office, or he might wait for us after school.
Is there easy roof access?
Easy,
I mean, there should be
I
because
can get you there.
Liv probably knows how to get
Oh, yeah.
there and can get you there.
100%.
We can post up on the roof and watch for him to leave.
We could fight him on the roof.
Well,
No, we don't need another fight at the high school to make it even more obvious that we go to this high school.
I mean, it would make going to class. It would simplify our need to pretend to be normal classmates if we destroy the school entirely.
Also, I kind of like my Uncle John. I know, like, he's like half consulate and a spy or whatever, but he's like kind of nice.
I mean, I'm okay with this plan as long as we also destroy wherever they keep all of our grades.
it's in
Look,
a
I've been working on
computer.
that for years.
They're probably kept digitally. They're almost certainly very
Exactly.
easy to alter.
So we have to destroy all the computers.
No, we have to destroy the digital files
Or alter them.
or alter them. Yeah.
I feel
Although
like
we want
this
to make
is the
it
wrong
realistic.
priority.
It's
Yeah,
true.
anyways.
It's true.
Yeah, we should let's get to the
well-
roof.
Cass, you're good at math. You could probably do that, right?
She just gives like a probably shrug.
We'll talk about
Works for
that
me.
later. Although, admittedly, Oak, if you went from almost failing all of your classes to straight A's, it might be a little bit suspicious.
You've got to bump it up.
I'd
to,
be fine with
C.
like a C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah,
believable.
C minus.
We'll see what we can do about that.
Actually, cut the rope this time. Help Jesse back. Let's go to the roof.
Is that what you guys are going to do? You're just going to wait on the roof?
I think so. I think having a confrontation here on the premises is probably not wise.
Yeah.
Cool. So you wait and you wait. How long are you guys going to wait till the end of the school day?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Played hooky for longer.
You guys do anything on the roof while you're waiting?
So tacos today, right?
Can have some. Yeah, you
have
can bring
pizza.
your lunch. So you can see lunch up there.
Finish my monster.
Yeah.
Shaking violently from the anxiety and the caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only stay until the end of the school day, though. I gotta go pick up Tara. So,
Yeah, you don't see him leave. But then it takes a while. You do see him come out after it's been like an hour. He comes out, but he goes to his car and waits. He does not leave. So he's clearly waiting till the end of the school day to catch you guys when you leave.
Are there multiple ways like to leave campus easily?
I mean, we could teleport.
I mean,
but
there's
that
the
would be
like
suspicious.
the parking lot and yeah.
Or try to sneak out through the fields. Go out the back.
Yeah.
I would like to.
You are missing
Um,
class right now, by the way, just so you know.
Sorry, what?
You are missing classes right now.
Oh. I don't care as long as it's not math.
I'd like to be the one
Can I-
who want to mess.
Can Jesse take an action that leaves him vulnerable?
Oh my god.
No,
Yeah, you
you're not
can.
allowed to make any actions.
Shove Jesse off the roof.
That would do
I'd
it.
like Jesse to have gotten.
Also, Jesse, do you do anything like take a picture of him or anything?
Oh God, no. She's not allowed to have her phone.
No, I want to go to his car and try to mess with it while he's in there because
No.
I want to try. and
Well,
be a
you got to
distraction
do
to the
it
group.
without the team stopping you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
no.
you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I-
Jesse's trying to sneak out during the
Oak
lunch.
tells me grab
Of course.
Jesse. No, we're already
I'm
up.
pretty sure they're watching you like a hawk. So
Dang
you would have to like
Yeah.
fight them off of you. To
Like I
leave.
basically have
Um,
told Liam to just grab you anytime you try to stand up and
No,
pull
I have
you
Not
the
back
Jesse
right-
down.
duty.
I have the rope
Yeah.
around her waist, so if she ever moves it
You
out.
gotta
So
be
you're gonna
giant.
buy one of the child backpacks, yeah.
Yeah,
Little
that's
monkey.
exactly
Jesse's
what
like,
I got for
look, y'all,
Jesse.
I have to go pee. It's either I'm gonna piss my pants or you're gonna let me go.
This Bishop
Great, then I will go with you.
All right.
And I will.
I want
chaperone.
Jesse and Liv to leave.
Yeah, chaperone. Yeah, no, Liam, come with us and just stand outside
Yes,
the
and then
bathroom.
I have the rope that just like sitting at the door.
Okay, that
Hand
leaves
it up
Oak.
to Liv, and it's just like sliding up and down on the stall.
That leaves Oak, Magnus, and the siblings on the roof while you guys are in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oak,
Yeah.
as everybody else is like heading off to take Jesse to the bathroom, Oak is gonna look around at Magnus and the twins, and he's gonna look at them and say, "Hey, I gotta go do something. I'll be right back."
Jesse's
And
in the bathroom. Sorry, continue.
He's gonna go down, like, back off of the roof, down onto, like, down the stairs, trying to, not like trying to be like particularly like stealthy or anything, but not trying to stand out. He goes to his locker, and inside he pulls out a an echo off of me, or
I think it's
Yeah.
coming through SJ.
For me?
Your mic keeps lighting up whenever I hear the echo. I don't know if it's Chev echoing or if it's you. Like, I'm not hearing me, but every time Chev talks, I hear Chev.
Yeah.
oh,
Try now. Here, I'll mute.
hello.
Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah.
hear it.
Weird. Discord.
That's so weird because, yeah, I have headphones on.
He
It's all-
is going to go to he's going to go to his locker, open it up, reach inside, and he pulls out a bar, like a weight, like a dumbbell bar, like one of those ones where you have the removable plates and you like screw on the ends. This one doesn't have any plates on it. It's just the bar itself. And he like throws the locker closed, and then he walks towards the door that leads out to the parking lot, and he is going to light turn interfere with a reliable course of action, which is like, we had a plan, and Oak is pretty sure that he knows how to do this better, which is confront the problem head on. Bronze is always better than brains. Like, this guy is messing with his friends. This has to stop. So he is going to.
But you are stopped in the hallway by a teacher because you
Okay.
are walking around the hallways in the middle of class period. So you're just gonna have a random teacher, one you don't recognize because you don't have them. They're like, do you have a hall pass?
No, I'm sorry. Coach McGovern asked me to bring some of this equipment over from one of the storerooms, and he holds up the dumbbell. I mean, like, I gotta go get a cart to get the rest of it. I've just been bringing what I can over from the storeroom, but I did figured, like, he checked the watch. Let's say, like, it is actually like time for the gym elective or whatever. So it's like, he didn't want to write me a pass. He just said, like, go get the stuff out of the storeroom. So, I'm only going to be out of the gym for, 5 minutes at a time. So
Let him know in the future you need a pass. So I'm gonna be talking to him after this,
okay.
and she'll just like and walk the other
Yeah.
direction.
Oak is gonna push through the doors, and sorry, I just saw Top's thing in the chat. Push through the doors and look around to see where this stranger is sitting in his car. And
So you walk out, and Magnus and the siblings can see you walking out.
Yeah,
Jake's like, what is he doing?
yeah, and I'm holding a like foot-long metal bar in my hand. Where do I see the car that he's like staking up in?
Yeah,
Magnus,
because
why
you
did
guys saw
stop
him go to the car when you guys were on the roof.
Okay.
So you know where he is.
Okay.
Jesse's in the bathroom and she just says, "This wasn't the form of vulnerability I had in mind."
Are you done yet? Yank on the leash. Hurry
All
up.
right, Oak, what do you do?
Magnus
gonna walk up.
immediately hits the gauntlet. Oak. Oak, don't do that. Don't do that.
You reckon getting all the way down there to figure that out.
Oak ignores the comm.
Did we hear that
And-
comm, or is that just Oak?
I think it was just to Oak.
Okay.
Closer, he sees you, and he
Yeah.
gets out of the car. He recognizes you as one of the people sitting with his niece and nephew.
Yeah. So Oak is gonna walk up. What Oak intends to do is walk up. He's not doing anything like overtly, like he's not like trying to be menacing or threatening or anything. But he's just
Walking up in the middle of a school day with a metal pipe, essentially.
Yeah, with a metal pipe to the car. And what his plan here was going to be to try and like threaten and intimidate the guy to back off and leave the school. Like that was all, like that was as far as Oak thought ahead with this. Like, never mind that the guy is built like a goddamn warehouse, like judging by the picture in the Discord, like he looks like he could probably bench press a Hummer. But never mind that. But like all he was thinking of was like, hey, my friends are being threatened and made uncomfortable in the school. This guy is clearly an enemy. I'm gonna see if I can like intimidate him to back off. So I think the problem, what his plan was probably going to was hopefully going to be like start smashing windows while the guy was still in his car. But that clearly is out of the picture, so he doesn't really know what to do right now.
Is he still approaching after he sees him get out of the car?
Yeah, he's still approaching and walking forward.
So he looks at the metal pipe thing that you're carrying and looks at you. It's like, you're sitting with my niece and nephew. You can I help you?
I think you need to leave. That's how you can help.
What did they tell you?
They didn't need to tell us anything. They clearly didn't want you around, and that's enough for me.
Okay, well, they're my niece and nephew. What I need to talk to them about is extremely important and doesn't concern you.
You're out here. If they're your niece and nephew, why didn't you get the school to call them over?
I'm not listed as their parental guardian on the school records.
Okay. Sounds like you have nothing to do with them, and you need to leave.
I mean, that said, I did convince them to pull them out of class, but apparently they are not in class right now. But they also haven't left the school as far as I know, so I'm waiting for them to come out.
Yeah, you're just sitting out here in the parking lot waiting for a couple kids to show up. That's definitely not
My
weird
niece
or
and nephew.
suspicious. Yeah, none of us have ever
Shouldn't
seen you
be in
before.
school?
Oak ignores that.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting in a car waiting for my niece and nephew to come out because what I need to talk to them about is important. You've just approached my car with the metal pipe in your hand. I don't know what you plan to do with it, but
Oh, this your car? This your car?
Yeah,
Oak
it
is
is
gonna
my
walk
car.
over towards the car. This is a nice car.
He's gonna walk in front and he's waiting for you to swing it. He's expecting you to swing it and waiting.
Yeah, he
He gives you that
kinda,
look of like,
pushes
go ahead.
up against pushes up against like not like trying to like go around, but kind of like a really like just like macho like just real BS kind of like posing, like he's just kind of like standing up, it's like standing still and like stock, like the guy probably has like at least 6 inches on him, but just kind of like standing and trying to look tough. He's gonna try and then like after a couple seconds of that, like quickly like drop to his knees and not like to his knees, but like drop down low and then dart around and take a swing at the like throwing the bar at the windshield.
So you do that. He's like, son of a. And he watches you, and then the thing is in the windshield, and he just puts his hands on his hips, looks at the bar, looks at you. You're so lucky you're a kid. And he takes some steps towards you.
Liv, did you hear that crash of glass? Was that in the air?
Liv, I have a shy bladder. Can you make water sounds?
Like, I just, are you all saying that? I heard glass shatter. I didn't know if she like broke free somehow.
I think at this point, I would make a general call. Oak has apparently engaged the uncle.
Oh God.
This is a
I
bad
thought
idea.
Yes. What
I thought
do
we
you mean by
agreed to
engaged?
He has damaged the uncle's vehicle.
Thought we agreed not to do anything on campus. Lord, he is so dumb.
Hey Jesse,
Technically,
you're my third
not
least favorite
me.
now.
Lord Jesus. Liv, how do we get into
Sneaky
this?
number one?
What?
Oh, no,
Oh, no.
Magnus?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Magnus is Liv's least favorite. She
So
doesn't consider
he's
taking part
walking.
of the team.
He's walking towards you. Do you do anything?
I'm gonna jump up on the hood and grab the bar out of the windshield.
I would think he could have stopped you.
He's gonna like try and jump around, like try and like dodge around, and I'm not trying to like do more damage to the car, just like get the bar back.
Okay. Well, while you're focused on the bar, he takes your foot and just swipes it so that you fall on your back on the hood and fall onto the gravel. And
Okay.
he just stares down at you.
Let me see.
And he says, "I know you think you're doing something good here, kid. That you're being some hero, sticking up for your friends. But I'm telling you, I'm helping here."
I mean, you're helping by showing up and being real creepy at a school with people that clearly don't want your help. Like that does not sound like help to me.
You don't know the full story.
If I needed the full story, I would have been told the full story.
Trust me, you wouldn't have.
Oh.
You're still on the ground. He's looking at
Yeah.
you. He's looking down at you.
If I try to, so Oak tries to like pull himself to his feet, like or at least start to get up. Does he let me get up?
Yeah, he lets you get up.
Okay. Did I manage to get the bar,
No.
or
It caused a little more damage because you went to grab it and it kind of like caused more damage within the windshield, but it's still like stuck in the windshield
okay?
because it hasn't
You only
completely
lowered
shattered
the
it.
bar.
Okay. I turn to get the bar, but this time I'm turning my back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And like not like I'm conspicuously not like trying to like keep him in my sights or face like keep my front to him or something, like turning my back,
Making it so if he attacks you, it's pretty scummy type thing.
yeah, and going to grab the bar. And as I'm gonna like grab it out and then kind of like hold it loosely in my offhand and turn to face him.
To say, if you're gonna swing that bar again, it better be at me and not my car.
I don't really care about. No, sorry. Not what I was gonna say. I don't really care if I know the full story or not, because that's not important. Like, if you think that it's so important for me to know the whole story, then tell me the story and don't just ask me to like trust you and like sit by like blindly. Like, you're gonna have to give if you want us to give like any any trust here, and you just showing up out of the blue to threaten the people that I know and that like are important to me, like that's not gonna fly. Just asking us to just trust you on nothing. So like, hey, I came here and like, okay, maybe he's taken a moment to like a breather, and now he's like actually looking at this guy like he takes the bar and he throws it off to the side, like off to, kind of like rolls it under some cars over the other way. Just leave, please, just leave.
I don't know why you don't understand that this doesn't involve you. That's why I'm not telling you the full story, because I don't owe you the full story. It doesn't involve you. Did they tell you to come attack me with a metal bar and try to break my car?
I'm pretty sure they would have told me not to.
Yeah, so you saying that you don't know the full story but came out here to do this because you know enough? It doesn't make sense, man. How about you leave and go back to class?
I have a question. Does he have blue hair, or is he?
He does have dark blue hair.
Okay. Just gonna look up. You say I don't know anything, but I know what color his hair is, and I know where he comes from.
You see his eyes go wide. Son of a bitch. He grabs you by the back of the neck. Like super fast. Like you are like, whoa. And he puts you, like turns you around and puts you into a sleeper hold, essentially.
As soon as I see that, everyone suit up, please.
Can we? Do we all have tokens?
Gosh.
No, but I think Liv and Liam were probably running out at that point.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. We're taking the fight outside Metropolis.
Oak is very quickly being blood choked out.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna take that token that I used to shake off
Yeah.
a beating like it's nothing.
Ha ha!
So he's
you go.
trying to choke me. I managed to get a a couple fingers in so that like it's
Your chin
very
down.
uncomfortable, and he's clearly restraining me, but he's not knocking me out.
Gotcha. You could also use that token to, your arms are free. You could
yeah, but
more,
that might be a
but
bad
it would be
idea.
in front of the school.
Don't give
and
him
in front of
ideas.
him.
He's fun.
Oak wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do that. You're in there. He's keeping you restrained, which is what he needs to do. But he kind of like drags you to the back of the car, out of the sight line of anybody that could come outside, not knowing, obviously there's people on the roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna continue to try to choke you out.
Okay.
He's trying to make you unconscious so that he can restrain you until he can figure out what the hell
Yeah.
his niece and nephew has told him.
I
Okay.
think I would like to teleport us into the desert.
Sorry, my cat really likes it when I throw her into the pile of pillows next to me.
I think it's time for a private conversation. Is everyone ready?
Chinky is just like, this is so bad. This is so
Well,
bad.
did
I mean, too late.
Jesse's
did
still
we
in the
teleport
bathroom.
Daddy with us?
What's that?
Did we teleport Daddy with us?
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
Oh, so
All of
you're
us
trying
and
to
him.
teleport everybody into the command center?
Oh God, no!
No.
In the desert.
No.
It's in the middle of the desert. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
Aces does that.
Like none of us are transformed.
Yeah.
Jesse's
manages to
still
do
on
that.
the toilet.
No, you can breathe in
No.
the command center. He's made some adjustments, especially since Career is there now too. He's had to they have plumbing now and everything.
Yeah, but I don't think the command center is the place.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So-
Sounds like a bad idea.
You guys get teleported in the middle of the desert somewhere, and he's like, "What the?" Like he shoves Oak down and is like, "What the hell?" And sees all of you guys and is like,
Space hell?
He grew up on Earth.
Yeah.
What the hell have you all done? We went to the bathroom for 5 minutes. What? Oh,
He's
what did
gonna-
you do?
Answer. Oak is like coughing and trying to catch his breath.
John is
Liv
like,
is like grabbing Oak by the shirt. What did you do?
Focus.
pause,
Trying to.
Focus.
Okay.
children. Please tell me you are not the little colored heroes that
We
have
are
been
not
running
the-
around.
We are not the little colored heroes that have been running around. Also phrasing.
Are you saying that because I told you to tell me that?
You might very well think that. I couldn't possibly comment.
Liam, please cover Jesse's mouth.
Jakey,
Still pulling my pants up. One moment.
Cass, we need to talk. I don't know who these people are or how they have teleportation abilities. I know you didn't take a ship capable of doing so because I was told what ship you stole to come here. You want to introduce me to your friends? Who are your friends? Jakey is just quiet, like looking down. It's like,
Perhaps you should introduce yourself.
I'm their Uncle John.
Yeah, we know that's not true. Who are you really?
I'm their Uncle John.
No.
I'm a family friend who isn't really an uncle, but they've been calling me Uncle John since they were kids.
You know, good,
Which is
good
the
enough.
truth.
What?
These two ran away from home.
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
And I assume that you've received communication that they were likely headed here.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, actually, I was not expecting to find them at that school. That was just happen chance.
Yep.
I'm assuming you five are the what is it, prison pals?
Yeah, no, we were workshopping Spectrum Squad.
Spectrum Squad.
I thought
My
we were
fault.
going with chaotic colors.
No, we aren't doing. No, Jesse, no. Your ideas were very creative and all shot down.
I still kind of like chaotic colors.
Now, the more important
You two
question is what
idiots, y'all
happens.
just need to sit down and be quiet.
What happens next?
And next is Jakey and Cass need to come with me, and you five need to stop parading around and showing off your little Spectrum Squad. It's causing a lot of problems
For whom?
for me and other people here. All of Earth, actually.
And how would that be true?
I think you know why it's true.
Well, it certainly might attract someone's attention if someone is reporting our activities to unfriendly individuals.
Oh, you can be sure that it's already been reported. Your little stunts have been international. So,
I was thinking more interstellar, but that's fine.
Hey, Oak, look at my ankles.
have you guys been
Both
operating
bleeding.
outside of the system?
No, I was saying that someone would have had to report our activities.
Yes. All right. Gotcha.
Someone like you, perhaps.
No, I was more than happy to let that go. I mean, I kind of had to once it became a little more well known because I'm not the only one.
Interesting. And you're in contact with the others, however.
I really need my niece and nephew to come with me. You guys really need to stop doing the little Spectrum Squad thing. Maybe go somewhere else and do it.
Well,
Because you're doing more damage than you are doing good.
we don't have any secrets, and probably you need to share more information to convince us of that fact. Right now, your trust factor is at probably a negative,
I mean,
given
we
who
weren't
you
the
work
ones-
for.
We weren't the ones who attacked a school. Like, I'm pretty sure we're not the ones that you need to be worrying about. And
We didn't attack a school.
No, he just attacked a car.
No.
Yeah, you attacked my car.
yeah, because you're
What do you mean you're not
showing
the
up
one I
and
need to be worried about?
intimidating some
You
kids.
did what?
I'm trying to get my niece and nephew because they made some very stupid decisions as of late.
Okay, look, let's be honest. They're probably just gonna tell us what you tell them anyways.
Yeah.
So unless you're planning on it, like, abducting them back to outer space, we can probably just be here for this.
Yeah.
I don't think they want you to be here for this. I don't think you want me to tell them everything I'm about to tell them, Jakey. So why don't you come over here?
Jackie, you probably want him to tell us everything, right?
Yeah, because if he doesn't tell us
Yeah.
everything, I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah.
Jakey is looking like a very guilty I mean, I could just tell you guys what he tells me later.
Let's have the conversation out in the open.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
have a
no,
talk.
we need to talk about this.
John just shakes his head. These
Hey,
two.
look, y'all. If I clapped real good, it sounds like "We Will Rock You" with my ankle bracelets.
Yes. She's our secret weapon.
Um,
Jake and Cass are under my personal protection. You will not take them outside my sight. Share what you need to share or go.
I want to add
They
to
need
that.
to return because if I don't bring them back, other people are going to come and bring them back. And if they don't bring them back, then more people are going to come and bring them back. And so on and so forth. They cannot stay here.
Sounds like the
And if they
Backstreet
were
Boys.
smart, they would have just sucked it up for a few more years, like I did, and waited to be dispatched here. And Jakey looks super guilty. But they decided they wanted to help the twins escape, and decided they were going to run away as well.
Yeah, so they were tracked here.
No, we just know they escaped, or they ran
And
away,
they're
and
more
obviously
than
they would come
likely
here.
Coming here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
So why don't you tell whoever it is that they went somewhere else? Tell them they're not here.
They're going to keep looking here.
Keep lying.
I don't think you understand just how far my people are willing to go. They will turn the planet upside down because their dad's kind of important and is not going to accept them just being here. I could guarantee you they're already searching around Danakan space because they're definitely looking for the twins. So it was either they were with the twins or they were here. So the twins, I can understand. I can understand the twins. You dumbasses should have just waited.
Wait, which twins? Is it the ladies that we were fighting with last week? Is that who? And Oak looks over at Liv. What were their names? Liliana and
Lelena and her sister?
Lelena and
Elena?
Lelena.
Yeah, is that who you're talking about?
No. Jakey was we were with twins, Andor and Candor, and they're Veek, and they didn't want to go back because they knew they'd have to fight each other, so they wanted to escape to the Valet. We decided to help them and figured we'd also go to Earth because we were sick of it. Over with the Consolites because it really sucked.
Yeah, and then you put the rest of us in danger instead of doing like your uncle said and just waiting for a little bit longer.
Look, you don't know what it's like there.
No, I don't. But I do know that I care more about the people on this planet than I do about my own selfish desires.
Okay, well, sorry. But we couldn't stay there longer. Cass literally almost died. So
where are these twins now? Are they here?
I'm not gonna say that out loud.
Yeah,
He's gonna look at, John is just
Yeah.
gonna shake his head.
we can program your shuttle to take a circuitous route, drop out of hyperspace inside Danakan space, but close enough that it can be monitored by Consulite satellites. Jump to hyperspace again, and then have an accident.
Yeah, if we can swing enough fuel, yeah. I just gotta put more. I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. We could fake our deaths. Would that work, Uncle John? He's just like, the best thing you could do is come back and hope your dad's not going to be too pissed off.
What's the likelihood of that?
I'm not sure. I mean, his dad, their dad, he doesn't want to be embarrassed, so I'm sure he's going to try to sweep this under the rug as much as possible. But
If they were dead, that would make it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
you guys are dumbasses. Like, he's like, so mad. He's like, look, I like living on Earth too. I grew up here. But man, this puts us in a really bad spot.
I mean, it puts you in a bad spot.
It puts all of us in a bad spot because
It
if we
puts
find
your
out
entire
that
planet on a
we're-
bad spot.
then our planet is screwed.
I mean, it was screwed anyway, right? It was just a question of when.
Sooner or later.
Not for quite a long time.
Hundreds of
we have-
years. The blink of an eye.
You never know. Technology can be a little unpredictable with how far it advances, but stuff can be exponential. You guys weren't slated to be next. You never know. I mean, like the war with the Eltrathians put us back a long time. So who knows what it would have been like with the next people who were in the slot. He's still hesitant to give you, like, guys, a bunch of information because
That's fair.
that's still not good for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of playing the line, basically, of like Team Earth, Team Consulite. You know,
Yeah.
he had a pretty sweet deal just chilling on Earth, living his life. Till those two messed it up.
Enjoying his hot pockets. Well, what's done is done. You can't undo the past. Well, technically you can, but it's complicated. So, do you agree that the best outcome for all would be if they are able to remain free because they are believed to be dead? Or lost?
If you can swing it, but there's still the matter of the Spectrum Squad.
I
What's
mean,
the matter of the Spectrum Squad?
I was already sent to investigate.
yeah, it's flashy. It's very,
There
very
will
flashy.
be more.
Yeah. We made it a little obvious where we are because we didn't entirely have a choice based
Well,
on.
we had agreed not to do anything, especially on school grounds, but someone thought it was the brawn idea to go against that after an hour of just having that conversation.
I didn't suit up.
So I see why you guys are friends with my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
I went in plain clothes.
That's worse. You see how that's worse, right? Because then they know who you are.
I'm just some troublemaker.
Who happens to
Squad, I'm just
be
some
friends with
troublemaker.
the aliens that then
You
get
happen to-
teleported into the desert in the middle of the school day.
And you
We're at the
also
same
have
high
one of
school
the
where
people that
everything's gonna happen.
disappeared.
When Lelena already knew who you were.
Yeah. And you're one of the 4 or 5 of us that have gone missing during the school day, and you happen to be attacking somebody on school grounds. What is, like, come on now. Like,
I'm not gonna.
Look,
I know that
we-
you're not the brightest bulb in the box, but I mean,
He was
come on, at least use some
he was here
intelligence.
threatening our like the people that we're trying to watch and protect. Like, I
we
wasn't
are a
about to.
team. And if
Yes.
you are not going to act in the best actions of this team, that is a problem. We all agreed to do surveillance. You decided to go out on your own and cause this.
Yeah.
Now
it was,
he knows who we are. He knows where we go to school. He knows that we know his niece and nephew. And now he knows that we're the Spectrum Squad. Because you had to go and make brash actions without discussing it with anybody else.
Like, this is why we kept Jessie quiet and we had her on a leash. And of all people, I at least expect you to have some intelligence to not go and do something this idiotic. Like,
No, look,
This is
I
fine.
If you're saying
admire
that, like,
that you're
if
going
we
to
have-
these ends to protect your friends, and that's admirable. That really, really is. But if you want to do something like that, you have got to run it by us. I've got family. I've got people that could get hurt by this.
yeah, we all
There are
have
other
people that
people
can be
who are
hurt.
going to get hit by this domino effect if you keep doing things like this. Just next time, please talk to us so that we can actually work together.
yeah, Oak just nods.
Thank you.
I-
Anyways,
John is just like, this is. I was really. God, why couldn't you guys be adults? He's really upset that the Spectrum Squad is a bunch of teenagers.
look, we didn't ask for this. I would almost rather not have this, but
I'll take it.
no,
Give it to me.
absolutely not.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was totally fine killing the Spectrum Squad before I found out you were a bunch of teenagers. But seriously, this needs to stop. Spectrum Squad needs to be destroyed.
If we need to defend
Aces
Earth-
comes on the net and is like,
Oh god.
I have an emergency for you to respond to.
Not now, Aces.
Put a pin in that one, unless it's
Yeah.
unless
We
it's an
might
alien
not be needing
invasion.
that anymore. Yeah.
What is it?
Like, I can't promise that we're not going to use this to protect the planet from other alien threats. Greer was already here and could have caused a lot of problems. So, we won't do local superheroing, but, I mean, if there's an alien threat, there's an alien threat. I can't, in good conscience, leave the planet to deal with that by itself.
And you're going to deal with it, a bunch of teenagers.
I mean, we already did. Granted, it was a little bit more flashy than it was meant to be, but you can't really help it when, giant mechs show up outside your school.
And technically,
Yeah, I
we're
saw the
all
police
older
body
today
cam
than we were
footage where
yesterday.
the black one was making faces at them in the spaceship window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, some of us are not the brightest people in the bunch, but for the most part, we've got good intentions, even if they don't always work out that well. Thus far, we've survived. And they're my team, so kind of falls on my shoulders if they mess up like that.
I'm not sure where we're going to go from here.
I send your niece and nephew spaceship into a random sun, star, planet.
There's still the issue of the Spectrum Squad, but we can attempt to do that. I don't know that it will work. I'm sure they will still look just to cover all the bases, but
We can hide them for a while.
We can
if
get some of
need
the CPR dummies from the first aid course and put them in the spaceship.
yeah, that's not going to work with our technology. It would probably work
Yeah.
with your technology, but Consulite technology is a little better. We can investigate a lot better.
We just gotta make it convincing.
It needs to be completely destroyed,
Yeah.
such that the absence of any biological matter is not an anomaly. Or we could do some flash cloning, but that's somewhat amoral.
Yeah, I'd rather not send anything that could be considered living to its
Yeah.
death. Yeah.
Wait, you know the Flash? The Flash is real?
No, Jesse.
No.
I mean, there's always
Sure.
like graveyards.
Do they get hit on the head or something?
No.
They're just like this all the time.
Yeah.
It's really hard to not just shove them off a cliff sometimes, but they have their role, I think.
It's usually sevens when I'm lucky.
Good for you, Jesse. Good for you.
So
Okay.
you can honestly report that the Spectrum Squad is of no threat, correct? That seems to be your assessment.
I don't want to tell them they're a bunch of kids. That is definitely not going to stop them.
We didn't
They
tell you
might
to tell them it was a
ask
bunch
me.
of kids. We just said that you could tell us that we're not a threat. Because
They're going to want an in-depth assessment of what I found investigating the school.
Tell them we're a
Yeah.
publicity stunt. We're a movie shoot.
By who?
Like, there's a new Avatar movie or something, and they're like going for the real, real accurate, exciting special effects, like practical effects, and not CGI. Just tell them like, oh yeah, those are fake reports of a suited squad. It was actually just like a movie shoot.
I'm sure you would believe that explanation.
I think a lot of people would believe that explanation.
Yeah, I
Would
think
they,
that
though?
they know about the stones and stuff because they kind of annihilated the people that used to use them. So that might be a little hard to believe. It's a good
If they
idea.
annihilated them, there's no reason to think that they would be here.
Yeah, and humans just so happen to come up with something that is the exact replica.
The big
Yeah,
galaxy.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna.
Did you get these stones?
Purely by
That-
accident.
I found mine on the road.
I was given mine.
You got yours on accident
Ooh.
too, Jesse. We all did. None of us picked this.
Well, my dad gave it to me, but I was given it.
It's just weird that they would be here on Earth.
It's a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how they got here. Just so happened to find them.
Perhaps it's
Mhm.
destiny.
Yeah, well. Unfortunately, it's going to lead to a very dark destiny here. Soon, thanks to you guys. Not your fault. Power you don't understand and all that, if that's the case. But, yeah.
So
More
this
about
meeting
the
never happened,
journey
right?
than the destiny.
I'm gonna
Well
have to-
done, Jesse.
The funny thing is I probably wouldn't have found anything
Yeah,
in my investigation.
yeah.
Yeah, we kind of figured that, but somebody
Yeah, there's-
kind of let the cat out of the bag.
Well, you
We
saw
got a kitty cat?
you saw Jakey. So I think that
I mean, that
gig
didn't
was-
necessarily implicate us as the Spectrum
the gi-
Squad.
the gig
but
was
just
up.
meant that we were kids that were friends with them.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, when I first saw him in your school for a second, I thought he was one of your little. So you're not one of the Spectrum Squad, are you? He's like, no. So the timing didn't quite match up.
Yeah. But whatever, we have to deal with it now, and we're just going to have to face it. So, do you think you could still swing it that you didn't find anything at the school?
Yeah, but the next step is drawing you guys out. So be prepared for that.
Yeah.
They will not hesitate to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, if you let us know ahead of time, we could find a way to do it so that it's a stalemate.
Or
It's so complicated now.
please identify a
Wouldn't
planet.
a
Please
fresh mate be better?
identify a planet that is higher on the list. Perhaps we can make ourselves conspicuous there.
Make it seem like we're jumping around in space rather than just staying here.
Go to Knock in space. They're already focused on the twins.
Yes.
They care about finding the twins a lot more than finding you two.
Yes. If there were a rogue element that was seeking to undermine consulate activities, we could simply have been here for Guerrier. And with him taken care of, we made our way into an area with a higher incidence of your people's activity. A few showy displays should be sufficient. And we probably need to head in that direction anyway if we're going to lay the trail of a false accident for Jake and Cass.
Good work. Good work. All right. I mean, I can start making the report. School led to nothing, and I'll keep investigating. You're lucky this is my area of operations.
Seems like. And either way, we won't be on the planet. So any attempts to draw us out here would be fruitless.
Yeah, let's hope their plan to do so doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we need to go make a big show somewhere else very quickly. Before any additional...
The auditorium?
Well, sort of. Just
They do big shows there.
a very different auditorium
Can
on a
I-
different planet.
Get a ride back to my car so I could call AAA
Yeah, and I
for
need
my
to go.
broken windshield.
I also have things I need to do.
Yes.
I think Liv has AAAs on her report card this year.
No, I don't. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Jesse.
That's me and Magnus, not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, I'm sorry, orange and red. I get confused sometimes.
We need to manufacture
'cause,
some
you know.
sort of exchange program or other excuse for our being out of... I mean, some of us can just move away since we're already exchange students. We need to manufacture some sort of cover for the rest of you being absent from school for a couple of weeks.
Keep in mind, Liam has two mothers he has to take care of. Liv has a little sister that she mainly takes care of. It's going to be very difficult for some of them to just up and pick up for 2 weeks. So this is a big decision.
Yeah.
You're also possibly leaving the Earth open for attack. As you know, the consulates are probably going to attack somewhere very large and public to draw you out.
I
Up
mean,
to you. You can
to
absolutely get a knock in space.
So with the teleportation, is that instant or does it like how quickly does that take depending on the distance from us to them?
You're not going to be able to teleport out of the system.
It's nearly instantaneous within the system, but it's gonna take.
It's got its range. It has like a cooldown. You know, it's not going to be able to teleport, a stadium's worth of people or anything. There's limits, but
Oh no, it was just more of like me and Liv for the only people I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
they can't
Yeah.
just cherry pick you out of the knock in space into
Yeah.
the soul system.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
We're gonna have
Do we
to
all
fly.
need to go at once? If all our goal is to just to make a splash, if one or two of us go at once, suit up, make an appearance, and then like trade off shifts, like some of us come back, another two or three go out, make an appearance. If that's in, quick succession back to back, it would look like all of us were off planet at once, but we weren't.
I mean, if we did that, Liv would have to go with Oak and I would have to go with Jesse because unfortunately one of the two of us would have to be with one of the two of you to try to make sure that,
Yeah, unfortunately, your leadership or your level heads are the ones that are tied to the planet the most.
Yeah.
So
So in that case, just Oak and I should go, right?
No, absolutely not. You would probably wind up becoming villains unintentionally and causing intergalactic problems. So no,
Wait, how do
we're
we
not.
know we're not the baddies now?
We would mean well.
We are the
Yeah,
SS
you would mean
squad.
well. You would definitely. Well, Jesse, maybe not so much. Oak, you would mean well. Jesse would be doing Jesse things, which is fine. Jesse can do Jesse things while me or Liam are there to babysit. But I
I want
can't.
to see how to hijack a car.
I can't leave my sister alone. My parents don't take care of her, and they're probably going out of town again soon, anyways. Liam can't leave his mom's.
Well, they could spend some time with some other friends of ours. We know someone who's very good at, someone who now has 2 arms, who's very good at taking care of people.
My uncle.
There is that.
I really want to send my sister back into space.
I mean, yeah, we could. She could go hang out with aces. It would probably keep her entertained and out of trouble.
I
You
mean,
could teach her science.
I would rather just say have Jakey and Cass lay undercover and take care of her than send her into space when she is 5 and probably prone to talking about it.
Yes, Jake and Cass's presence is not required, and in fact might be counterproductive.
It would be extremely counterproductive.
Jake, Cass,
Moderators.
are you willing to take care of the loved ones here in our
Yeah.
absence?
For sure. If you do figure out though, like how the twins are doing,
Sure.
let us know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think our chances of success increase for a variety of reasons if we are all together.
Yeah.
I alone could certainly create an incident, but I don't think that would draw the entire consulate attention elsewhere. I think they are expecting a group of 5 heroes.
Okay, so you have Jakey and Cass who are going to be on taking care of Liam's moms and Liv's little sister. Oak, your grades are you're gonna be in danger of failing when you get back. You're already struggling hard.
I'll get I'll figure that out when time comes.
I can do all of your homework for the next 2 weeks on the way there.
Yeah, we can figure out like a leave of absence or something.
I mean, if I can pretend to struggle with pre-algebra.
And then there's Jesse.
Hi.
Yes.
What are we going to do about that?
Well, what we can do is make sure that we keep tracking on her to know where she is at all times. And while y'all are
They
away,
have tracking devices that
I
are
know
tracking
this.
where they are at all times. So we're going to have to explain a blip in the radar when they are suddenly in the desert and not at school anymore.
yeah, well, I got an answer to that already. But
What if we have Cass wear the trackers? So that Jesse can leave.
Just pray that they don't come looking for Jesse.
Do they
Oh
know?
my God.
Well,
She's already teleported in the middle of a desert, but
Yeah, they're already going to come looking for her.
Actually, probably like copters or something, or just a single cop car.
Shooting down the line of the desert. Jesse, you might just have to deal with the consequences, if I'm being completely honest. Your situation is of your own doing, and yeah.
Well, we leave. That'll be fine. We're leaving, right?
no, you and I are not.
What? No, we're all
no,
going.
the plan is for everybody to go and Jake and Cass to take care of all of your responsibilities while you're gone. Just keep in mind, you're leaving.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that we're
That's-
leaving the Earth vulnerable to attack with all of us going.
And this is assuming you trust what John is saying. and that when you leave, he's not gonna.
He can truthfully report that we're no longer on the planet. And if they want to attract
He
our
can
attention.
if that's his motives.
Yeah, assuming that he is actually going
Could have
to
also been
help us.
lying to you since you teleported him in the middle of the desert, outnumbered.
It's entirely possible.
What if we
And that
got
means I have to trust
Lalina?
Jakey
We
and
need to
cast my
find the-
sister.
Are we
Yes.
supposed to be
Yeah, it
finding the
also is.
Bluestone?
You have to trust Jakey and Cass. So
Yeah.
The main issue I have with this plan is I feel like at least one of us should stay behind. Because, like Liv, I don't trust them, especially not with my mom's, and definitely not with her sister. So I feel like we should always have one person here to help manage those three, plus to be someone to try to help protect the planet. Because all four
And
of
look
us,
for the blue rock.
all five of us leaving, honestly, is not the most logical decision because, as it's been made very clear, that leaves the planet very vulnerable, especially our loved ones. So
It's a matter of thinking about short term and long term, Liam. In the short term, yeah, we'd be protecting our loved ones and protecting the Earth. In the long run, we are proving that the Spectrum Squad is on Earth and making us a bigger target,
well, the
which
thing
is just
is,
going to put them in more danger.
the thing is, though, we could have someone stay behind who doesn't.
But then we're
Do it.
still showing that we're still focused on Earth.
Are we though? Because if you're out doing Spectrum Squad stuff in another galaxy, and let's say me or you stay behind and do like we normally would do, I feel like nothing would change. Like they wouldn't notice that we're here.
So it would depend on whoever's left behind not suiting up.
Well, like I said, it would be either me or Liv because I don't trust either you or Jesse to do that because both of you have proven that you make very bad decisions, especially today.
Body. What
But
did I do today?
Yeah, that was the only motive you had, Jesse. We're not stupid.
What if we asked
Okay, fine. I
Lalina
wanted to get some
cover Earth?
pizza. You caught me.
Mm-hmm. Like, call for. I don't know if we can say that we really have allies in them right now. I mean, we could try.
So is Jakey and Cass like hearing all of it? You guys are just all talking together. Okay.
Probably,
yeah.
honestly, because they're
Alright.
just caught up in the
Oak would
plan.
not be trying to hide anything he's saying.
Jakey's not speaking up much because he does feel kind of guilty.
Yeah, he should.
So if he's not your uncle, why do you call him your uncle?
That's what you do when you're a kid and there's an adult that's around a lot.
That's creepy.
You don't have a family member that you call like a family member, but they're not a family member and you thought they were a family member.
Yeah, but they got arrested.
We're just gonna
Anyway.
leave that in a dumpster way, way, way away from here.
So
Look, we're
I
the team-
honestly,
we gotta decide this as a team. We could leave someone behind, but I still feel like that shows that we're a little too focused on Earth.
Magnus, what are your feelings on this? Because you were logical, and I want to see how you feel. Because I do understand where Liv's coming from, but at the same time, if we do leave someone behind who doesn't do anything, how would it show that we're still a presence here if everyone else is gone? Because it's like, I mean, we're already missing the blue one. How would they realize that? Like, how would they know that the orange one's not there? I mean, the red one's got to go. So now it's most likely got to be me that's got to stay behind.
They have certainly intelligence about our numbers.
And if they attack Earth, are you really telling me that you wouldn't suit up and try to stop it?
Well, at that point, we would have to do it, and it would be at no cost because at least we have some kind of defense or try to defend while you try to come
Exactly.
back. So
And
that would be. But at that
us-
point, if I didn't, then they would destroy Earth. So at least there would be some kind of line of defense. Is what I'm trying to say.
And I get that, but
Split the party.
yeah.
No.
Look, I get what you're saying, Liam, and I don't like it either. I think what's being said is more likely than not, this is going to be a brief show of force to try to draw us out. If we don't show up, they have no reason to continue on destroying Earth.
Yes.
Am I right about that? And she'll probably look to the 3 consulates.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
I mean, this is kind of a lose-lose situation, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. And I'm more concerned about long-term not giving the consulates more reason to come to Earth.
Yes. Liv is correct. The long-term threat is only delayed if we are able to make a full and convincing show of force elsewhere to demonstrate that our only concern on Earth was career. Anything short of that potentially places your loved ones in more risk. The only immediate consideration is the safety and well-being of your young sister and your mother's. And we have a variety of options. Frankly, getting them off planet is the safest thing to do.
And honestly, that's kind of where I feel too, but at the same time, that complicates a lot of things.
So just so you know, like, he's now heard that Liv has a little sister that's vulnerable and Liam's 2 mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's totally possible he could have figured it out anyway, because he knows.
Yeah, exactly. So I figure it's just
I feel like
the
we
late process.
already knew.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just so you're saying.
Okay. I don't really. And he also knows that we could be sending them to space.
Yep. You could also teleport him back to his car at any time.
Yeah.
If you didn't want him to be a part of this conversation, or if you want his input, you can keep him here.
Yeah, this is not best.
Look, I don't know how they're going to draw you out. I was charged with investigating. If I get pulled into that plan, I'll try to convince them to do it in such a way that doesn't, endanger innocent lives. But I'm not really the leader here, so
Yeah.
it just so happens you guys were operating in my AO, so
Yeah. There were a lot of things that have gone wrong, and this is not an ideal situation. As much as I hate to send Tara off, I think you're right that she would be safest not on planet.
Yeah, I feel like same with my
sorry, what
mothers.
is the reasoning for keeping them off planet again?
Don't worry about it.
In case your people attack while we are away. The only way to ensure
In,
their
like,
safety
full
is to
force?
make sure that they are not here, nor are they
They wouldn't
with
attack
us.
in full force. Not
Regardless.
immediately.
We also want to make sure that
Also, if you betray us
Excuse
and
me.
share information about the loved ones and family members of our members, they would be outside your reach.
Why didn't we just send them to like Japan
Or
on a
you think.
vacation?
No.
There's not a lot of places to hide in space, is all I'm saying, when the solar system isn't developed.
Space is very large.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have them on a ship, sure. But if you have them on any of the planets,
There's a lot of
Just-
people in
just a-
Tokyo. They could
just a
hide
pro tip.
there.
Yes.
I think they would stick out in Tokyo. Just to be quiet.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes. And Japan is technically on this planet.
Yes.
But that's
All
what
right.
you guys are also dealing with 2 older women with dementia and a 5-year-old. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Japan sounds like the perfect place.
Also, some of which might be treatable. So, regardless, we are leaving the planet. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Need just a little bit of time to make sure that Tara's going to be taken care of.
Yep. Goodbye, Uncle John. I hope you don't betray us. We certainly stand very little chance against the entire might of the Consulate forces, but we can find you and kill you.
Okay. Okay.
And it would also ruin your idyllic life on Earth. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already messed up your car.
You messed up his car.
yeah, you did that.
Yes.
That was not an us. That was a you.
We have no desire for conflict. But
Keep it in
Could have fooled me.
suffice it to say,
consolidation.
if we find our options limited, we will do what is needed.
Mm-hmm. Can I go back to my car now?
Certainly.
Yeah.
You might want
You
to
guys
give
let Texas
Jake
know
you
that-
might want to give Jake your number just in case.
Yeah. He's gonna give Jake and Cass his number. Do you have Aces teleport him back
Yeah.
to where his original
Yeah.
location?
Quick size tight.
Aces comes up on that. It's like, what exactly is happening right now?
We
You
are
haven't morphed, but you're asking me to teleport you and some other individual. Just wanted to make sure everything's okay.
we need to establish a couple of ruses. One, we need to explain the absence of Jake and Cass. We plan to fake their deaths in an unfortunate hyperspace incident. Two, we need to establish that the Spectrum Squad is neither based on Earth nor particularly concerned with Earth to draw attention elsewhere. Our plan is to visit Danakan space and to make a show of resisting any consulate forces there, helping people.
Would you like me to contact Jerry?
That would be very advantageous. We also need to see to the care of Liv's sister and Liam's mothers. We would like them to visit you for a short period. We trust that you will see to their well-being. It might also be good for you to absent yourself from the system, in case any consulate forces enter the system and do a, high resolution scan. It wouldn't do for a facility of technology sufficiently advanced to definitely not be of earthly origin to be floating around by Jupiter.
I also need to transport Greer in that case.
Yes.
And Talos. So I am... You want me to move out of the Sol system
Temporarily.
with your family members?
Temporarily. It's the safest space.
Okay. It may take me some time to do that. I have a ship. It is not really equipped for prisoners or organics.
Is the base not capable of transit?
Oh no, this is the base itself? No. His
Oh.
ship is. The base itself is a base.
Oh. Well, that's complicated.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of stealth capabilities that would enable you to hide yourself from scans?
Theory, if they didn't get close enough for a visual. Maybe.
Better than nothing.
I don't know how advanced the consulate technology is, to be honest.
Yes.
Our technology is pretty advanced. So 60% certainty, I would say.
Well, perhaps staying put, doing what you can to hide, but being prepared to rabbit if it appears that your ruse has been pierced. So making preparations to transport organics aboard your ship, being ready to launch and jump to hyperspace immediately.
Okay. So you want me to essentially, your loved ones would stay on Earth, but at a moment's notice, ready to be teleported. And
No, I think we
Take
would
it
like
offline.
them to be with you for you to personally guarantee their safety and well-being.
okay.
I mean, you've already met Liv's sister.
Yes, she's quite pleasant.
Yes. So,
I've actually never met a human child before.
Be
so
a great learning opportunity.
yes.
That's true.
So 2 more organics.
Okay, so Liv's little sister, Liam's mother's. I'm gonna need to do some research. And get some supplies. How long is this going to be for?
However long the transit to Danakan space is, plus a few days to cause a ruckus, and plus the return. The goal is to do this very, very quickly so that we can distract any attention that might be focused towards Earth.
Is one place going to be enough?
Our activities on Earth were apparently enough.
Yeah, if it's already a high priority target and we show up there, I think that shifts focus. Assuming that, Jakey, Cass, and their uncle don't betray us.
Yeah.
You also have to think of what exactly you're staging to make it an event worthy of the Spectrum Squad's attention. So,
Yep. I'm sure Jury will have input. We could even hunt down Lelena as the hench person of Greer that got away.
Possibly. I will need some time to prepare. I need to do some research, get some supplies. Basically, he's going to read up on like very old females, very young females, just so he knows how to properly caretake.
I'll bring some supplies for Tara. And I'm sure Liam will need to make a list of things to do with his moms.
Yeah, that's going to be tough on them too, because it's a very unknown place for them, unfamiliar. Yeah. So that's going to be rough on his mother's being in a place that is unfamiliar.
Everything's unfamiliar to them at this point.
We're making the best with what we've got.
Yeah.
This is the plan we've settled on. So
it's also possible that ACES has access to technology and medical techniques that might be of some benefit to your mothers.
That would be an out of character conversation, though. Cool. Would you like me to contact Yuri now? You could speak with him. Or yes. Magnus, you might have his information.
Sure.
You guys might have exchanged.
Yeah, I need to go. Tara's probably waiting for me. So, yeah. I guess Magnus get in contact with Yuri, let us know what he says. And we'll reconvene at the base later tonight.
He can teleport you back to the top of the school if you want.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And if the local police department is watching Jesse's ankle bracelet, it's like it just moves 20 miles automatically. It's clearly glitched out.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure some government agents are going to be showing up.
Out of class during that time as well.
That's fine.
Again.
Yeah, look, Jesse's problems are Jesse's problems.
That's fine.
Look, we can get you all space GEDs. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll work.
We're superheroes. We don't need an education.
It's true.
I think a crappy first day.
Yeah. Also, like you don't even need money. I mean, you people like trade money for gold, and gold is easy to find. So.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you shimmer of it.
It's true.
Goldie McGold pants over here.
It's true.
All right. Well, Jakey and Cass, I think you guys this was probably your first and last day for a little while. So you're just going to need to sit nice and cozy at the base.
So we shouldn't go to school again?
No.
Oh.
I hope you don't
if
feel...
your uncle recognized you that easily, I hate to see any other consulate show up and recognize you.
He's the only one we knew, though, because he's stationed here.
And he made it seem like your dad's a pretty big deal, and he's probably looking for you, so they probably know what you look like.
It's going to be difficult to sell that.
That's fair.
To sell that in your rush to escape and hide from your father, you pushed your vehicle to the limits and it exploded. If people can see you on Earth.
Yeah. So just lay low for a little while. Once we're sure that this is blown over, then whatever, go back to being teenagers. And also, you owe us big time for this.
So you don't want us to come with you since we're not taking care of them anymore?
No, absolutely not. If you get found aboard our ship while we're doing this, or you get seen at all while we're doing this, that ruins the whole plan.
I might disagree. If they're found aboard our ship, that means that people have boarded our ship, which means the jig is up anyway. The chances of them being discovered here go up exponentially if they're actually here. The chances of them being discovered here are nil if they aren't here. And having their intelligence might be useful.
My only other concern is that they have personal affairs in that system. And I would need full assurance from both of you that you aren't going to try to go see those personal affairs while we're there.
They're okay.
And if they're not,
That sounds trustworthy.
And if they aren't, then perhaps helping them can be our distraction. And it just so happened that Jakey and Cass were caught in the crossfire and destroyed.
Yeah, especially if it's good for us to be seen in the Danakan system. Then they won't look for us on Earth.
It potentially is.
I mean, it puts more heat on the Danakan system, but
yeah, we'd have to workshop way too much to make it seem like you guys actually got destroyed. I think it's safer and better if you're not seen and your ship is just destroyed.
Yeah. Well, we will have a few days in hyperspace transit to go over the parameters, but I think our degrees of freedom are greater, and if we have more resources present. I would argue that Jakey and Cass being there is, while not possibly safer, does give us more options for selling the story.
I like it, but I don't like any of this, so as long as the rest of the team's okay with it, then yeah.
I mean, it's basically you take them with you, or you leave them on Earth alone.
Do we trust them to behave by themselves here, or do we trust them to behave when we can watch them?
Trust that John isn't going to just swipe them up as soon as you leave.
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah. If nobody has any extreme objections, they're coming with us, I guess. Still not. It's fine.
Them on the planet by themselves.
Yeah. It's totally fine.
Totally fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, no.
That is completely. There's stuff that could go wrong if they come with you too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But at least then we're there to do damage control.
You already know they clearly risked a lot to escape with the twins in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to have a holding cell on your ship, would you, Magnus?
Yes.
Good.
The whole thing is a holding cell, actually, but that's fine.
Good enough. As long as, just in case.
You just crank up the gravity in a corridor to 10 Gs.
So the decision you're making is you're taking the siblings with you, but you're leaving Liv's little sister and Liam's mothers on a base out in the middle of space with just a bot and a consciousness.
And supplies.
And supplies.
Some picture books. And instructions to quickly cobble together the capability for Asus's ship to transport 3 organics in case he needs to make a quick escape.
And Tara's been there before. It's not like she's unfamiliar.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Children are resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll have a great "What did I do this summer?" report. No one will believe it.
No one will believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one is going to believe it. I guess that's the benefit of her being a child. Okay. Well, I guess we have a plan. I feel like this is going to go horribly, but it's gone horribly since Oak decided to go put a metal bar through a Consulite's car. So,
To be fair, I don't know that we
I'm
would be in a.
strong.
I don't think we would be in a different position. I think it went poorly the moment that John saw his niece and nephew.
yeah, well, it's already happened, so I guess, yeah, let's, I'll go do our things. We'll meet up back at the base in a couple of hours. Come up with some and we got abducted by aliens. I don't know. Everybody's been getting taken hostage around here.
Are your mechs space-worthy? They are.
Yeah.
We might need to dock them because I don't know if they all have hyperdrives.
Your whole thing is based on space, so that the mechs can
Okay.
Yeah.
do
Yes.
interstellar travel.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yes.
Alright. Well, cool. I'm gonna go pick up my sister and then go home, pack up her favorite things, grab some snacks that she likes.
Luckily, she's already seen Aces and didn't freak out, so
Yes.
Yeah,
you at
she
least
probably
know
thinks
she's
it's
not
cool.
gonna see this robot and cry.
Yeah. You're gonna
Thing is,
need
to us now, he doesn't look ridiculous.
Yeah.
pack a bunch of wet wipes. I don't think that Aces is prepared for the degree of stickiness that comes with long-term cohabitation with a small child.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's already done a lot of research.
He's like,
Good.
oh,
Downloading
these things are
all the
petri
child books and
dishes.
everything and like,
He's child-proofing every outlet.
yeah,
Oh God, yeah.
For like the
like
entire
little pool
space.
noodles and stuff, like just
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
all the edges and everything.
I'm packing like a whole one of those big things of bubble wrap, like just in case. Just
Yeah.
wrap her up in it.
Right. It's like you try to wrap everything in the facility. It's like, no, just wrap her. It's fine. Just put
Yeah,
her in one of those
just-
big like sumo suits.
Yeah, or get her a hamster ball, like a child hamster ball, and just lock her in that.
Oh, I just wanted to
It
try one of
changed
those.
his little optics that are usually like green. The lights that he has are now pink. 'Cause he read that, like,
Aw, yeah,
societal gender standard or expectations or whatever, and it's
Oh, sweet.
a precondition
no.
mostly like pink. So he's like, okay.
Connor's gonna have a great time
Amazing.
coloring all over the ship.
Oh, you're gonna come back. He's gonna have like marker all over.
Oh, he's got like a little
Makeup.
lopsided mustache and like the eyelashes.
His
and
fingers are
bright
painted
blue
with nail
eyeshadow.
polish.
Yes.
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 Yep.
There's gonna be several different
Stickers all
layers
over
of
the place.
nail polish.
Yeah.
Oh, so many stickers.
That's the actual plan. Is to punk Aces by getting him all dolled up.
Yep. Perfect.
Nice.
So yeah, and then after I've packed up all of her stuff, I'll head to base.
Jesse's just getting food, sodas, getting ready just for a long trip.
Yes. We do have pizza in the fridge.
I take Tara back to the base and then remember that I didn't pack anything and have to go back home and repack and then come back.
Cool. All right. Is that your story though? You guys have got abducted by aliens. You're just gonna disappear because your parents are gonna be freaking out that their two daughters are gone.
No, my parents don't care.
Liam, your whole family's gonna be gone.
I'll
Uncle
just tell my
Fatty's gonna
dad.
wonder where Oak is.
I'll just tell my dad that I have to be in juvie for a little bit because of what happened.
Yeah, that Jesse's is believable because it probably would be happening if we weren't leaving the planet.
Oak with Uncle Spatty. Uncle Spatty, I don't think Oak hasn't told him it's him, but he also went into the hostage place, morphed, going, Uncle Spatty, Uncle Spatty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
before he
also-
got abducted, called him first and was
Yeah.
like, hey, whatever happens, just let it happen.
Yeah.
He can put two and two together. I think the relationship that Oak has with his uncle it's not one like they're not on bad terms exactly. It's more just like it's a kind of like a personality clash that Oak just cannot deal with. So, but he doesn't like have any ill will for him. So like I feel like his uncle would be used to this kind of like he knows Oak means well kind of like thing. So like Oak would probably call him up, be like, so I'm gonna be out of town for a few weeks.
You could also
Um,
just straight up tell him, and he could help take care of people on the ship too. I mean, but that's on you,
No.
and you would also have
Yeah,
to clear up the team first.
idea of
Well, you
being
don't have
stuck
to.
with his uncle on a spaceship for 2 weeks is hell.
No, at the base.
With Liv's little sister and Liam's mothers.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, do you want to go to space, or do you want to stay here? It's your choice.
Yeah. So I think so he could. No, I think he's. Because so far, like nobody's really. Oh, that's a good question. What would? Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna call him up, and like ask him, "Hey, do you wanna? You've got some time that you've been building up, right? Yeah. Okay.
What, like time off, like paid time off, PTO?
Yeah, you've got some time off, right? Do you want to see? You always
Sure.
wanted to see Mars.
So what was that?
You've always wanted to go on a trip to the Milky Way, right?
Sorry, I like Milky Ways. What?
You always wanted to see where they've been, but you're a big candy fanatic. I know you've got that whole wall full of candy dispensers. You love your Snickers. You love your M&Ms.
Oh yeah.
I know you like Milky Ways. Do you want to go see where they're made?
Yeah, that would be a cool trip. We could bond. That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Pack a couple weeks worth of clothes and any books because you're not gonna have internet access. Like, so bring some books.
Where do they make Milky Ways?
It's very secretive. It's very secretive.
Oh,
Just trust me.
Oh, you got an in with the okay. Nice.
Yeah. It hangs up.
'Cause I'll see if I can get off work, but usually I need more time to put in. But I'm sure I could swing it.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know when you confirm it. Okay, I'll
let
see
you know
you
a bit later.
Thank you for the lunch. It was really good today.
Oh, no problem, Milky Boy. And he'll let you know a few hours later, like, oh yeah, my boss is fine with it. I've got a coworker to cover down. Totally excited to go on that trip with you. Get some real bonding time in.
And instead he gets to spend time with two ladies with dementia and a 5-year-old. Uncle Spatty will also have painted nails and very gorish makeup by the end of this trip.
Yes, it'll be fine. All right, aces, 4 organics. But one of them is an adult male who may be able to relieve you of some of the burden of caring for the child.
Oh, my uncle loves kids.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Good. I don't sleep, so I probably won't require it, but still good.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
You allow me to focus on other things.
yeah,
You'll
like
probably
making sure
learn
that
how to
my
want to
sister won't
sleep.
die in your ship.
Well, I can multitask, unlike, I mean, no offense to organics, but I'm capable of doing many tasks at once.
It'll be fine.
God, I hope so.
Gonna call Jiri?
Yes.
Yes. So
Hey, Jerry, what's up? Where can I be in your neighborhood? Thought we would come hang out. No. Jerry, the situation on Earth has become momentarily untenable.
I'm sorry to hear that. Everything good with Greer?
Greer is still in custody. We need to draw attention away from Earth. So we we are looking for an excuse to intervene in Danakan space. Strike a blow for freedom. Quite visibly.
Oh, so you want the focus off of Earth and onto my system?
Well, it already is. We are seeking to create the appearance that we are not bound to any single location. That we are traveling the galaxy, doing good deeds.
Oh, okay. So you're not based in any one
Yes.
place?
Yes.
Okay.
So ideally something that would help.
Lelena like shoves him over. It is like, is that the gold one? What does he want?
None of your business, Elena. I didn't ask you to. Hello, Elena. Yes. It is the gold one.
Yeah, what do you want?
We wish to do your people a favor. Very publicly. Attract some attention. And then depart.
What kind of favor?
Something that would be of help to the Nakan people.
Oh, yeah, we don't need your help.
Yes, I'm sure you don't. However, we would like to help you in a way that is public and obvious and relatively brief. And then go about our merry way to destination unknown, to do good deeds elsewhere, like a rootless band of do-gooders. So that we can distract attention from Earth, from your space, from any...
Yeah, no, you don't actually want to help us. I see how it is. Okay.
I mean, we could just show up and start blowing things up. That would make a significant show. However,
you can try.
The brand we've established.
All right. It's just let me handle this.
Don't worry. We had considered. Never mind. Anyway.
Right.
That went from option number 3 to option number 2.
You could do easily. That's not, political. There is a planet that's largely uninhabited. Used to be of great importance to the Danakans. We don't use it anymore because it's been overrun by a pretty fearsome creatures. They're invasive species that I honestly don't know how they got there at this point, but they made the planet unusual, essentially. So that's one option that you could do. I would stay away from getting involved in Valet and Veek politics. It's very sensitive.
Yes.
You can make something up. Trying to think of a big event that you could do. Maybe you could wait for a natural disaster.
We don't have that type of time.
Yeah.
We could cause one.
No, that's okay.
They could just Oak is on the phone right now. No, I mean, the thought did occur, but then it quickly fled. So,
you could deal with some pirates. I mean,
yes, pirates attacking some fleeing consulates. We swoop in to save them. We are successful in driving away the pirates, but unfortunately the fleeing ship was destroyed. And then we can make a very public announcement that we will patrol for any additional pirates as vengeance for their destruction of the fleeing ship.
Consulates, so Aces has told him about the consulates because they're buddies. And he's like, why a consulate ship?
We're going to fake their death.
Wait, you know of consulates? What?
I mean, I thought
him and Aces haven't quite caught up on that whole thing. So Aces has told him that consulates exist, but he's also not like, hey, we have some consulates over here right now. He's he doesn't, just. I think Magnus would just say, yes, there are refugees who fled. Unfortunately, they fled to Earth, and their presence there is partly almost entirely what is attracting the attention. So we need to throw the scent off. So we have 2 goals. 1, help in a way that's public, that attracts attention. And 2,
find a convincing way to throw any of their pursuers off the scent, ideally by faking their death.
Okay, well, there are sectors of our system that are pretty rampant with piracy, so not unbelievable if you wanted to fake it, or you could even kind of bait them, I guess.
Yes. It's almost certain that there is a substantial reward for any information about their presence. So we could certainly draw out some of these pirates by giving them clues. And then when they attack, we destroy them and then fake the destruction of the consulate ship.
Thing consulate related, but so and you know probably the consulates aren't making it public. They don't want their presence known.
Yeah.
Even by pirates or anything. So they're like,
yeah. Well, refugees have a tendency to let things slip, especially when they're in a desperate fight for their life.
Right.
All that's required, however, is that one particular consulate is convinced that his children are dead.
Oh, they're kids. Yikes. Okay.
No, not children, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could plan for that. What's the time frame you're looking at?
Immediately.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. He'll like punch some things in, and you can meet if you want to meet us. Get a better plan in. This is where we're at. And they're not saying on like the main Veek world or the main Valet world. They're kind of in a offshoot. So.
Yep. All right. Excellent. Well, it's the beginning of a plan anyway. We'll stay in contact during transit. We can refine the details then.
I'll do some more research on my end, get a better plan, and we'll hammer it out when you get here.
Yep. Certainly be on the lookout for any communications looking for lost children.
Right. They're full consulate?
No.
Okay. So they're
Half human.
looking for half human consulates. Okay.
Yes.
So they believe these half human consulates are here.
We want to make them believe that when they fled, they were attempting to hide in what they believed was friendly space, but that pirates sussed out their location and tried to capture them for an assumed reward or to ingratiate themselves with the consulates, and in the ensuing firefight, they were destroyed.
Okay. Cool. I'll be on the lookout. I'll let you know.
All right.
And you hear like Lelena like in the background, like want us to do they're bidding for them again, and whatever.
We could also just go recapture Elena.
Do you say that to Jerry?
No.
Okay.
My eyes say it before he logs off. I kind of go, well.
It's like
You can close that call.
I mean, just blink twice if you want to get rid of her.
so. All right, you have everybody's on the space station now. As far as the family members.
Yes.
Okay. And you guys are all geared up, ready to go to knock in space?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there anything you guys want to like role play out before you get there? Any talks you want to have with? Because Jakey and Cass are with you.
I would like to talk to Liv. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
What we are attempting to do is complex and difficult, and quite likely dangerous.
Yeah.
Your instincts, with the exception of defaulting to mistrust, are right more often than not. And the tendency to weigh options, play devil's advocate, play out alternatives can be very beneficial when we have time. But under fire, the team will be looking for decisive leadership. I will support you, but when the moment comes, you're going to have to make a call. Don't let uncertainty get in the way of making that call.
Right. It's, as long as I've got the team at my back,
Yes.
then I can do it.
And I know you don't believe this. And to be honest, I'm not sure how much I believe it myself anymore, but part of me thinks the hand of destiny is at work here. So listen for that voice.
I'll admit there have been a few too many coincidences for me to think that there isn't something going on here. I don't like to put faith into a lot of things, but I guess destiny is broad enough that
Yes.
why not believe it's having something to do here?
Well, whether you believe in destiny, whether you have faith in your path, or me, or the team, I think our success rests upon you having faith in yourself.
Everything this team does reflects back on me. And we got lucky last time. And I don't know how long that luck's gonna hold out. So I just need help in keeping some semblance of order, because right now I don't have control over this team. Jesse and Oak both do whatever they want. Liam is the only one that really seems to care what I have to say.
I think they all look to you for leadership. I think it's precisely the lack of confidence that has them try to step in. I think if they felt a more sure hand, they'd be less likely to act on their own. Well, Oak. Jesse's a cipher.
Yeah.
But it can't, second guessing never got anything done. So second guess my motive, second guess the siblings' motives, second guess whatever you'd like. Just don't, when the moment comes, don't second guess yourself. And if you need to speak to someone who's already made up their mind, I'm always available. You don't have anything to prove with me.
I appreciate that. And for what it's worth, I do have faith in you, Magnus. I don't always like the things that you do, but you've helped us out so far. So you have my trust. Jakey and Cass definitely have a long way to go. But maybe one day.
Yes. Well, giving trust is something that you give, not something that others earn.
I'm trying. But with what happened today, it's 2 steps back.
Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea how you people get through a day with these complications and interrelationships. It's unbelievable that you were able to discover fire and invent wheels and didn't just spend another 20,000 years arguing with each other, or worried about what what Ook thinks about you in the cave at night. It's amazing to me. That must be the hand of Providence. There must be something, because left to your own devices, there's zero chance that you would have even made up your minds to crawl out of the oceans. Sorry, I didn't mean to vent like that. I don't mean to, sorry, I don't mean to lay all that on you. I'm just saying it's a lot.
No, you're right. We are not necessarily great at not arguing with each other, but we come together.
Yes,
And I think we've seen that with this team at least a little bit. Not all the time, but we wouldn't be human if we were perfect.
I mean, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, I know. Look. We're doing our best.
All right, I'm gonna go fly a ship now.
Yep, have fun with that.
Cool. Any other conversations you guys want to have? Cass is, obviously doesn't talk much. If anyone, she's probably either hanging out with her brother or sticking around Oak. She knows him best out of the rest of the group. Jakey is a little mopey.
Yeah, I think I want to talk to Jakey. Liv has a couple of words for him.
Oh, no. Okay.
If remember, he was low-key checking to make sure you were single, just so.
Well, he was checking to see if the team was single.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, Jakey, can we talk for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I can't say I'm not really pissed off with what we found out today, because I am. Because there are billions of lives at stake. And now I'm putting my sister's life at stake and holding on by a shred of faith that this is going to work and she's going to be fine. But I also see that you just did the same thing.
You'd do anything to protect your sister, right?
Yeah, I would.
Kind of the same way.
And I get that.
Decision to leave wasn't just for me. Obviously, the twins were a bit of a catalyst, but also my little sister's training accident was a major factor in that. Maybe it was stupid and half-cocked, but I'm sorry. I don't know what I would have done differently. Maybe not come to Earth, but I don't really know what to say.
Look, I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing in your shoes. Honestly, kudos to you for just picking up and leaving. I would have been wreaking hell on anybody that dared to hurt my sister. But I
Hard
get
to
why you
wreak
did
hell
what
on
you did.
people that are. It wouldn't have.
Look, it wouldn't have mattered to me, but you did what you had to do to get your sister to safety, and I get that. So I guess I just wanted to make it known that I'm pissed, but I'm not about to, eject you guys out of the airlock or something. We do want to help you. So
I appreciate that, and it's fair. I get it.
yeah, and just know if you betray us in any way, I'm not gonna be so kind next time.
Yeah, I got it. We're not gonna betray you. I promise. Like everything we've said, maybe not when we first met was true, but since we started hanging out, has been true.
Well, I certainly hope that the lies are done. So, yeah, I just needed to get that off my chest. So, have a fun flight.
Thanks.
I would like to have a talk with Oak.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's up, man? Like, we've got to start seeing eye to eye, because I understand why you did what you did today, but for this betterment of the entire team, we need to communicate better. Like, I understand why you felt like you had to charge in and do what you did, but you see that it didn't really help the situation.
No, and he kind of like looks away. The way he's like presenting it looks, he's not rejecting you. He's his body language is kind of like stiff and uncomfortable, but not because of what you're saying. Like, he was like that when you kind of came into the room and found him. He was probably just like, doing some exercises when you found him. And he's quiet for a second. And he looks over at you. Listen, I've always been a very single problem kind of guy. There's one thing that's there that has to get taken care of. And then it's you just break everything down into small chunks. There's one problem, you find one solution. And I've always tried to do right by the people that are close to me. So you're right. You're right. Liv is right. I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't thinking about the bigger picture.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the last time we went into something like this, we got honestly very lucky in a lot of ways. And you charging off and doing that, I mean, he happened to take pity on you because you were a teenager. I doubt in space, if we have to fight anyone, they're going to give you that kind of benefit of the doubt. I don't think they're going to hold back in any capacity. So for me, I don't want to lose you from our team because we need all of us to work as a cohesive unit, and you are an integral part of that. And so if something happens to you, we are left very vulnerable. So for me, going forward, we have to listen to what Liv tells us. We may not fully agree with it. We may not fully understand why she does what she does, but in my opinion, she is the most logical person of the group. She is honestly the better fit to make the decisions. And I do not want to lose either you or Jesse. I'm having this conversation with you because I know that I could at least level with you and you can have understanding of what's going on. I don't feel like I could get through to Jesse. But I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page and we all have each other's back, because honestly, there's so many things going on and we have so many chainsaws in the air at once while we're juggling them that we got to make sure that we don't mess up. Because one little step out of line or one little mistake can literally derail everything. And I just want to make sure that we can move forward from this.
I can't guarantee that I'm not going to make a bad decision again.
Well,
but I can
let's
tell
put it
you
this way.
I'm going to try and think about it first.
And honestly, that's all I really want to ask of you, because the fact is of like taking, even for me, taking a step back and taking a moment to think about it gives you the time to understand whether or not, for most people at least, is something the right decision or is it a stupid one? How is it going to affect not just myself, but other people?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I'll do what Liv asked, and I'll ask everyone first, because she was right. I shouldn't have just gone off on my own. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
You want to get some reps in?
Yeah, that's sure thing. No one.
We can't hear you, SJ.
Thank you. All right. So you get back for your conversation with Liam. Cass is there, and she just types on her thing like, "Okay?" question mark. To you, Oak.
Oh, to me.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Liv or Liam. Can you repeat that?
She's waiting for you because you left to like have a private conversation with Liam.
Oh,
So when you came back, she just like typed "Okay?" question mark.
yeah. Yeah, he looks at her and I think things will be okay. I messed up pretty bad today. And might have burned some bridges in trust in the team. So we'll just have to move forward.
You see her typing, and she's
Yeah.
like, "I thought it was entertaining."
I didn't really do it to be entertaining. You didn't happen to bring your math books, did you? We're going to be out here for a while, and I was wondering if you could walk me through some of the problems in Chapter 3.
Sure. She's very much hanging out with Oak because Jakey and him have been poshing against each other. Jakey's very much the overprotective older brother and doesn't. Of everyone on the team, he probably has the most tension with Oak, despite Liv's, whatever. So, as the rebellious little sister is, obviously hanging out with Oak more than anybody else.
Yep.
Cool. Is that what everybody wants to do before you get to the system?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Probably have a group meeting before we set off.
Another group meeting?
You're muted, Kelly.
So Jesse definitely gets comfortable, like takes off the ankle bracelets, make sure like they're ready for combat without any like thing holding them back.
Oh boy. Yeah, we need to
That's
have a group talk.
Definitely brings out all the soda that Jesse had brought with them to the group talk.
You know what? Cheers. Pass out everybody a cup. Just. All right, look. We've struggled a lot. And we're probably going to be struggling a lot more for a little bit trying to pull this off. And I've had my qualms with more than one of you staring at Jesse specifically.
Is this team meeting including the siblings or?
No, it's just us 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But at the end of the day, you're my team, and I care about you, and I want us all to succeed. And you all bring something. Liam, you're the person that I need to lean on for help when things are getting rough. Oak, you are probably the bravest and the most selfless out of all of us. Jesse, you're inventive, you're creative, but
Some even have called me a tryhard.
look, Jesse, I just really need you to take one thing seriously for once in your life and not screw this up. Please.
Okay, I'll make this my second thing I've taken seriously.
Great. I'm not gonna ask about the first one. And Magnus, you do super cool, powerful shit, and I hate it, but it's useful. So
Cheers,
let's do
drink.
this. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
drink.
Nice reference. Cool. So, you guys get to the Danakan system, but you'll have to find out what's there next time.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks.
Space
Yay.
puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
You guys have
space puppies with little horns, little unipuppies.
you don't know this, but you guys have already very much changed my plans.
What? You weren't expecting us to run off into space?
I was not expecting you to go to the Nugget system. That's fine. There are things that are still gonna happen.
It's the only
Oh,
thing
boy.
that makes sense. We have to intervene before they try to draw us out of Earth.
I also wasn't
I thought
expecting
going
Oak to attack a
Japan
dude's
sounds like a
car.
great idea.
Yeah,
I don't think Oak was expecting Oak to do that.
Yeah, I think that threw all of us for a loop.
I think Chev was like,
Yeah.
Oak, what are you doing? And I was like, no, I got this, bro.
Don't worry about it.
Very much knew. Me as the player knew this was the worst possible thing that my character could do in that moment. But
And the perfect
thing that
time
made
with
sense.
them on all focused on Jesse.
Yep.
No
yep.
safeties.
it is the
Yeah.
only thing that makes sense.
Because Magnus was just gonna let it play out.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Magnus, you're useful.
Right. High praise.
Look,
Magnus blushes.
it's pretty good.
I
Coming
mean,
from
that's the kind of praise
Magnus.
he wants, right? Like that's what appeals to him most is, stuff that makes sense more than like, oh, I just like you because whatever.
Yeah. No, it's like you have a high degree of utility. Yes, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And looks like, yeah, great.
All right, let's go around the horn. We'll start with Tough again.
All right. Cool.
Oh, also, if you did your tasks.
All right. I am 98 tough love. I am tough for Torfulton. Some other variety of nickname. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games. I think I'll be here next Tuesday for more Spectrum Squad. And I think I completed the task of shining the spotlight on my teammates. And I think with the help of some of my teammates that I am exploring self-realization and eventual leadership, still not fully, totally in leadership spot, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Do tasks without like doing them, if that makes sense. Or you do something that helps towards that task, but not feel like it's completely marked off,
Yeah,
It could take multiple sessions, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
so
how
I
I
think
feel
that
about a lot of mine.
I've definitely worked towards it. And then I think she's also risen to the occasion when it's the right thing to do because she had to make a lot of hard choices, especially regarding the safety of her sister. So, yeah, I think those are that. And that's me. So go Van.
All right, I'm Govan or Govan88 on Twitch and Twitter. Yeah, it's been an interesting day. I had one task left to do, and the sole reason why I pulled aside my first one-on-one conversation was because I wanted to complete exploring my individuality and insecurity. So now I have officially cleared all of my tasks, if that is correct, Madam Narrator. So I need to know what I can do or how this works because, we haven't really went over that.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird system, but we'll figure it out. Probably
Okay.
off stream about what we want to do with that.
Yes.
Okay, that works. But yeah, you'll find me here on C Plus Content, and once in a blue moon I stream, and I'm always in somebody else's chat doing silly things. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it over to Chev.
Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm Chev. You can usually find me hanging out in the chat of somebody's stream. I do also stream a little bit on myself on Tuesdays and Saturdays, playing Mahjong, which is a hand building card game. So I strive to have just a chill place you can hang out, listen to some music, look at the cat cam with the cat that is currently out of view, and just hang out. So if that sounds like your vibe, then I hope you come check it out. Otherwise, I'll just see you in chat. And moving on over to Kelly.
Well, did Oak have any tasks completed?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so I would say I've been kind of approaching this similar to how Tough was of like I don't really know that I could like really complete some of these, but I've been taking them more as like RP like guidance. So the two that I had in mind for this session were defending those that you care about at any cost and exploring duty and martyrdom. And both of those, like the idea of like what does Oak feel motivated to do that protects the people around him, even if it's at like, you know, it's the bad idea or not, like it is going to have bad repercussions, like what seems the most like loyal thing to his friends in the moment, like trying to like feel around that kind of space is where Oak has been. And so I think that, you know, I think that I made progress towards kind of like those two goals this section.
Cool. So I'll take it from there. Jesse was a bit of a,
Yes.
you know, Jesse's a bit of an oddball, but I tried to get a bit of Jesse's tasks done. Two of the tasks include balance emotional burdens, which, you know, is never going to be truly balanced maybe with Jesse, but Jesse's working on it. And the other one is exploring themes of empathy and cynicism. Maybe not much on the empathy, but definitely on the cynicism. Other than that, my name is My Fair Kelly. You can find me on most social medias there. I sometimes am a sentient human who chooses to stream. When I do stream, I often stream a variety of games or sometimes D&D. And yeah, you can find me mostly for these next couple of weeks here on C Plus Content. I believe the next time you'll see me is Thursday.
Yes.
But other than that, I will bounce it over to Zero.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm Zero or Zero Daylight. You can usually catch me here a couple times a week. But next I will be actually playing over at Duckwork. And then on Thursday we're picking up Star Trek. And then on Saturday we are doing a spin-off of our long-running D&D campaign, Cobbles and Plank Irregulars. And then we'll be back here next week. And there's a bunch of stuff on the calendar, which you should probably, if you're curious about, go come hang out with us over at community.cpluscontent.tv. That is our Discord channel. And you can meet folks like this and find out what's on our calendar and provide input. And you can always catch up on, like if you didn't see the first episode or chapter of Spectrum Squad, you can go check it out over at cpluscontent.tv. That is our YouTube channel. Head over there, subscribe, it's free, hit the little ding ding bell. You can be notified whenever we have new content available, which is about a day after it is broadcast live here. Magnus, I think convincing people to leave the planet is sufficient to accomplish don't get too comfortable here. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that one complete. Yeah. And now he just needs to march to the beat of his own drum, which he kind of does already. Don't know. I think he's moving in the opposite direction with the little pep talk with Liv. So who knows?
He's figuring out what his drum is.
Maybe.
It's not like the primordial drum or the squad drum, you know.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably just going to go like a kamikaze mission into Consulate space and make their sun go supernova, but we'll see.
All right. I'm SJ underscore sidekick. Obviously, I'm the narrator narrating this campaign. We have 2 more episodes after this, also on Tuesdays. I will be a player in Cobbles and Planks on Saturday. And yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Raid target.
Yeah, we should probably go see somebody. I am looking at who is online. We have rated Dork Tales a couple of times. Really like them. They do a really good job with RPG stuff. It looks like they're playing D&D, specifically Call of the Netherdeep, which is new. It doesn't look like it's a rerun, but it looks like it is pre-recorded. But that doesn't matter. But we also, I don't think Das is up, and he is playing Subnautica, and I don't know that we've ever rated him.
Let's do it.
He's one of our guest ghosts from the D&D campaign, so we might as well pay him back for that kindness. So unless anyone has a better idea, thanks for throwing out the raid calls. I will make sure it's working. Looks like it's working. Cool. Let's go hang out with Das. He's a super, super cool dude. Definitely show him some C+ content love. And drop him a follow if you don't already. Very entertaining, very chill, very fun. And we will see you all here again very, very soon for the continuing story of Spectrum Squad. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Make that go away.